Screw it, we're going live.
We do that live!
This music is very happy, but it like makes me feel like something bad is about to
Well, I figured that's how it probably started. Just be like, hey, you died.
Shit! You all wake up and you're dead.
Remember why I asked you to make new characters?
I didn't like that request.
It is what it is. Deal with it. It happened.
Not yet.
Like an animation with like a countdown.
Can you ask that again? Say it again.
If we made like an animation with like a countdown.
Who made an animation?
If I made an animation.
If you make an animation.
But I'm just saying, like,
Sure.
can you add, no, but I'm saying
Well,
with the slides. Like,
but
because
not-
we're just stills, right? You can't add like.
You can add a video, but the thing is, if we do a countdown,
So it has to be a slide with a video.
If you're listening and you know how to do all this, do it for us.
yeah.
Coffee's good.
You're welcome.
Is this Folgers? Is this?
It's black silk.
That was like a very passive aggressive text on that. I'm very late. Could somebody make me coffee? I'm like Kat doesn't have coffee made already.
I didn't feel like it was bad at all. That was totally. Hey, if anybody is near a Starbucks, also, that's how I read
And
it.
that's exactly what it was, because I didn't know who was actually on time or not. Somebody's at disadvantage all day today.
Just saying, some of us were here on time.
It's going to be our next OOC. Talk about time again.
One time, one more time, one more time, one more time.
Skipped Whataburger so I could be here on time.
You got
Burger King!
Yeah, because the Whataburger line was long.
Oh my god.
That doesn't count as skipping.
You know what? Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. It happened, guys. We did it.
We're streaming live!
Oh, woe is us.
All the critics said it would never happen.
Hello and welcome to Night School. My name is Michael Vasquez, and this is our very first time streaming live on Twitch. We have been going pretty strong for the last couple of episodes. This is our 8th episode now.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you are coming in, you're like, no, what the hell is this? We are a group of educators that have been brought together through tabletop role-playing games, especially D&D, and we just like to play. So if you love to watch, you love to jump in, please join us. If you have no idea what's going on, don't worry, because the story is, it's in the works still. It's the joy of the game. However, you can find us on our YouTube channel, Night School RPG, and catch up on those past episodes. We are still going to be putting our episodes on our YouTube channel, so if you're watching this and we've already had a few episodes coming up, don't worry, you can still catch up, you can still jump ahead, or you can just say, screw it, I don't care what happened in the past, let's just figure out what's happening now. Either way, welcome. How do y'all feel? We're live!
I'm not gonna lie, I am really emotional right now. Just seeing us like go live and yeah,
This feels like the first day when we first started. Because like the nerves building up of like let's just wait a little bit. Let's take another 5 more minutes before we start. And we were just recording. We weren't actually like doing it without stopping. I mean, the thing is we've never really stopped. Everything is unedited. Apologize already. Because that is the joy. We like live improv. We like the idea of rolling with the mistakes. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a lot of mistakes.
Yep.
And as educators, that's one of our favorite things is mistakes are great. So we train our students that you can't get bogged down with when something goes wrong. So if we do make a mistake, feel free to call us out on it. Just know that we're going to grow and learn on it later. And honestly, we're just here to have fun.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you if you've not met our cast. Once again, I am Michael Vasquez, your GM. On our players table, starting on the left, we have Miss Elizabeth Vick playing our, I just almost forgot who you were.
Excuse me.
Our socially awkward barbarian dragonborn, Kelnis Imrish. We have, dressed in decadent blue,
I know, they get the black memo.
Joshua Hovda, who is playing Dakar, our druid on the team, on roster. And then, of course, our wonderful technician, our live stream advocate, the one who's been putting in all the hours to make sure this can happen, is Kat Flores, who's going to be playing Q, Kimura, our rogue.
Yes.
Or they might not, because if you've not been watching, we're actually to a point where I told them, have a backup character in mind. You never know what's going to happen.
Mistakes happen.
So we might start as somebody and end as someone else.
You never know.
Yeah, that great, beautiful video's got to be edited.
But before we jump in, are there any announcements that we have for the peeps, by the peeps?
You hit a lot of it already. Yes, if you are somehow catching us on Twitch, kudos to you because we did not share the link. Because
Today's a trial.
yes,
Why are you creeping on us?
today is a trial. We are trying this out. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. Hopefully it works well. But if you are liking this content, go ahead and go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Also, something we haven't really pushed in a while is our Spotify playlists for our characters.
It's true.
I was thinking about that earlier this morning because one of my rituals is to actually listen to my playlist before I play, and we haven't shared that. So those will be linked somewhere. Whether I don't know if you're watching this on Twitch, sorry they're not linked, but if you're watching this on YouTube, I will link those down below so you can get to know our characters a little bit more intimately.
Also, another way is you can go to nightschoolrpg.com and you can actually have links to all of our media, including our character bios. Our playlists are on there. Some Meet the Teacher videos just to kind of get to know the players themselves. And
the GM.
And the GM. I was gonna say. There's a lot of shit there, so just go have fun at nightschoolrpg.com, or you can follow us on Twitter, we have Facebook, Instagram, all the same handle, nightschoolrpg.
Woohoo!
With that said, let's go ahead and jump back into our game. Last time, you found yourselves battling out after the reclaiming of the lost unicorn in the pits of the Deus Ex in this underground organization. You were offered a position in a group. It's almost basically a mercenary group where they are allowed freedom to pursue whatever they want, but knowing that consequences matter. Before you were inducted, you were warned by Zola, the master of the chain, who told you that there was an attack of gnolls that had infiltrated the city, and the entire Deus was emptied as you joined them to help save the town. Going back up into the surface level, you found that it was not only a small battalion of these gnollish creatures that you fought, but a large, massive force. The guards themselves were missing, and you found that Rodon, the commander of the Malasaran, actually boarded up the commissary where your mother is right now, Q, and no guards were there to protect. It seemed as if the city itself was let freely for these monsters to ravish. After slaying the leader and saving the town, the Deus then took over Kalakesh while the rest of the guard was still boarded up and is at a lock still, or I can't think of the word right now. A headlock, nope. Deadlock, that's what I was looking for. A standstill, a word. Reached a deadlock where the guards were not coming out. However, the Malasaran had put up patrols to make sure that they were aware of all of their movements. Your mom's still inside and no contact made. You decided that it would be best to leave the city. Before leaving the city, a guard from the Malasaran from the northern regions actually entered the town and was captured with a message from a mysterious group known as the Tricordian, who gave off the impression that these missing individuals from Kalakesh and the armies of the gnolls might have been collaborated by the capital themselves in some plot that you are unknowing of what the purpose is. You were given 3 days to kind of rest, prepare, check on your mother, Dakar, who is currently still residing and staying with Jamila the Unicorn in Kalakesh, while you are seeking out ways to help the city. And that's where we're going to start off, as you are still at the front gates preparing to leave and making up your plan of what comes next.
Well, so you did catch up with your mom then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys were there.
Oh, well, I was just making sure that was like,
Everything was set.
yeah.
Oh, no, I got you. Yeah.
Because I mean, we had 3 days, so I didn't know if like you wanted to go back or you said
No.
goodbye 3 days ago or
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we may want to have a conversation with Jago about any possible points of interest in Corinth.
That's a good idea.
That is a very good idea. And if he knows anybody,
Yeah.
He may know Carl. Didn't even think about that.
Goodness. That's smart.
let's go find him.
That's a good idea.
That was a really good idea. Way
Good
to
job,
go.
Dakar.
That was mine.
That was yours.
So you are going to find Jacob?
Yes.
All right. Jacob himself is actually enlisted within the Malsaran as well. Or not Malsaran, the Days King. So it's pretty easy to find him. He's the towering half-orc. You approach him and he's currently guarding the commissary doors.
Oh, like in Kalakesh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all have not left Kalakesh yet.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Jago.
Morning.
How you doing?
Better now that all this has passed. I mean, we've managed to clear most of the bodies, but things, oddly enough, look like they're normal.
You seem to be settling well. That's good.
I mean, could be better.
True. We're about to head to Corinth.
I mean, I'm curious why there's no Corinth left.
Well, we're trying to find a Carl who lives there. He's a forger. Have you heard of him before?
Carl?
Carl.
Not from my time there, but I didn't live in Corinth long.
Okay.
It's not really a large place, though. We kind of knew everybody.
Are there any big points of interest that may still be there?
In
Or is
Corinth?
everything- Yeah, or is everything razed to the ground?
I mean, there's a lake. Well, it's more of a pond than anything. There's a. I mean, what are you looking for? It wasn't like an attraction site. It was.
Well, I guess just any kind of intel, so that way we won't be caught off guard by anything possibly in town. Like as we're looking for Carl.
What exactly are you expecting to be caught off guard on? I mean, there's a building, there's a smithery, there's a town statue in the middle. I mean, I don't understand what you're worried about.
What's the statue of?
Ugh, it's just a piece of rock.
It's a statue of a piece of rock?
Well, no, it's like a giant gemstone rock that's just placed in the middle of the city. I don't know, it had some special importance, but we just called it the rock.
What color is it?
Black. Probably more black now that it was lit on fire, but
Soot.
It burned?
well, no, but it's covered in the rest of the town.
That makes
What's-
sense.
Ash.
Yes,
Soot.
I know. Yeah, you know a lot about burning.
I agree.
So when you say Corinth is no more, do you mean Corinth is like no more, or Corinth is no more like
They're
Kalakesh is kind of no more?
Rebuilding.
Oh no, Kalakesh is still here. Corinth, you're gonna see where things used to be. I mean, there's still debris in the outline of the city, but it's pretty unsalvageable. You'd have to spend a lot of money just to build it back up.
So, survivors like yourself, where else would they have gone?
I mean, it could be any of the settlements going south. Corinth is pretty far up north.
And you kept coming south.
That's the only way you can go. We can't go north. I mean, you hit the wall and they're gonna send you right back around.
Why didn't you stop anywhere else?
On
We
the
did.
way.
Okay. Why didn't you stay?
Can you afford to live in places you don't have money?
No. I was just
We
wondering.
lost everything. I mean, there were some kind people who let us in because of the children, but I mean, honestly, when they take a look at me, knowing that they're not my kids, you're not welcome for too long.
I get that. Well, hopefully we'll find Carl.
Just don't stare.
Yes, that's what we've heard.
I guess my concern was more on who did that to Corinth and where they may still be.
Oh, as to who did it, that we don't know. I woke up feeling the heat of the surrounding buildings, rushed out. Smithy was on fire, had caught to the local buildings, and traveled pretty fast. See, it's a lumber yard. Lots of kindling.
So was it just a fire that got out of hand, or was the town attacked like it was here?
I don't know about any attack, it's just the place was on fire and it burned down. We couldn't help it, we had nothing left.
Well, thank you, Jago. Sorry.
It's alright. Dialect's a little weird when you put it in common.
Oh, I guess makes sense. All right. Anything that anyone you want us to look for when we go up there? Anybody you were looking for? Anybody you?
I got nobody but myself.
Well, and the kids now, too.
No.
At which point he kind of looks down as you remember that both their bodies were found in the attack.
Sorry, Jago.
It's alright.
Hopefully, we'll be able to save more people.
If you're going to save people in Corinth, I don't think there's anybody left in Corinth, but I mean, who knows? Anything else?
No. Like backing it up. Just like, what's that?
Bird! Look at the bird!
Did you know there was a jungle right there?
When did this jungle get here?
So, alright.
Yes. Thank you for the information.
So where are you headed?
Well,
I think we're not going to get any more gear or anything, but we have everything we need to start traveling.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would it hurt to ask Zola for some more?
He just gave us some.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't want to, suck everyone dry our first few days in the days.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I guess we're ready to start heading north.
Let's go.
I guess let's go.
So as you approach the gate and you gather up your materials, said your goodbyes, and begin to walk out, you see over where the commissary door is, they have actually set up piles of debris to kind of block off an area where they have one master tent that's set up as a command station. And out of that comes Tonks, the Deus representative, who steps out and he's like, "Hey, whoa, before you leave, I think we got something that's going to make you kind of happy."
All right.
So your friend Fabian wanted to say that he missed you guys. Sorry that he wasn't involved in all the debacle, but he actually left you something before shit hit the fan. So you might want to come with me, and he leads you out to the front. And there is a rather crude wagon that has a few boxes of crates inside the back. He kind of puts his hand on it. He says, she's not sturdy, but she'll do, as long as you don't take her too fast and run her down something rugged. But he left you this, and he also left you something that doesn't belong to him, but I don't think Rodon's going to care anymore. And you see one of the tiefling girls from the bar leading out this rather beautiful white horse that comes up, and then she kind of begins to hook it up to the wagon itself.
I just start petting the horse.
Yeah, go for it.
Wow.
Tonks, are you sure? Really?
I mean...
Well, technically it's not his horse. This We've procured this horse from somebody else.
No, the horse, yes, I get. Totally on board.
What's in the crates?
Yes. What's in the crates? Is it more of his wine? Because his wine is not...
Can open crates.
I want to open the crates. I want to see what's inside.
Yeah. You have 4 crates that gives you about 32 bottles of his wine.
It's all wine.
It's all wine. Well, if we ever need to get to sleep.
Or put somebody else to sleep.
Or put somebody else to sleep.
Now,
I
wait
like
a
that.
minute. Wait a minute. Do you think this could help us, like, travel not in disguise, but hide our purposes?
Absolutely.
So more
is
of
there
a
any-
gift than...
Is there anything written on the crates?
I mean, roll an investigation check.
7. I'm looking at them.
It looks like a crate. I mean, they're pretty. I mean, it's
You
pretty
didn't know there
standard.
would.
They're not like fancy shipping crates. It looks like makeshift crates of wood that some bottles were placed, or some straw kind of in between to keep the bottles from shattering upon each other, and then they're draped with some fabric to protect them from the heat.
Okay.
But
Let's write on the crates like some stuff that would like indicate that we're selling this or shipping
Right,
it
that we're
so like
associated
yeah.
with.
Fragile?
There you go. What else?
What's the logo look like? Can you draw the logo on there?
I can try. I'm gonna try.
you're gonna draw what logo on it? What logo is this?
The Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Oh, the scythe.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the crates.
Like, no, fade, like the family logo, right?
Yeah. So it's a scythe
Okay.
that hooks into a J. So, what are you? Do you have anything? Are you carving it into the wood? Or are you? What are you using to make this symbol?
I'm gonna use where exactly are we right now?
Outside the front end.
Right outside Galakesh.
Okay. Tonks, do you have a pen? Any kind of writing utensil?
He kind of laughs.
Some paint?
Yeah, well, we can get you some paint.
Yeah. Let's do the paint.
All right. So, I'd like you to. You know what?
Is there an artistic check?
Performance.
That's what. I love it because we rarely ever use performance for anything.
I've used it twice.
And that's what I'm saying. But since we played this campaign, you're my like performance queen. So, by all means, roll me performance as we see your skill in your artistry.
We'll use this one. 11.
I mean, yeah, the bottle has the symbol, so it looks like the symbol. It doesn't have the detailing and the majesty of like the shading to give it a 3D perspective, but you got the general idea.
It looks great.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's a rough crate. It's a rough sketch. It's great.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
All right. Should we write? That should be good, right?
I can
That
leave
should
it
be
at
good. All right. Nothing else.
A
We put a little
monologue.
smiley face right here, a little heart right here.
Sign your name.
The artist always signs their
Exactly.
name.
It's your artwork.
No, that's it.
Okay.
All right. I guess that's that. Thank you, Tonks.
That's it's gonna be helpful. Thank you.
It is.
I mean, sure, it wasn't really me, but yeah, you're welcome.
Thanking the messenger. Because I don't really trust the person who left it. So,
Well, best of luck to you. Send word if you find out anything,
we will. All right.
and you
Let's
begin to load up ahead north.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where exactly are you going?
So looking at the map that we have,
Yes. We are, I guess,
we can follow the windway
yeah, can follow that up.
up to Corinth.
I'm
But as
assuming there'd
we're
be some
walking,
kind of cart path.
Well, the main road itself is the windway is known as the track that was built by the dwarves to get to the walls, and there is a roadway that follows, but they're all known as the windway. That is
Okay,
taking the windway.
You're just taking it in style, or
Basically, it's like, can you afford
Not.
can you afford to be up and go faster, or do you have to trek it? And you all have to trek it.
Well, yeah, I would assume we're just going on the road. But we need to talk about how we're gonna make you not look like a dragonborn.
What's wrong with how I look?
Yeah.
You look amazing. However, you are very easily identifiable. We have to make you not look like you, so people don't know that they're looking at you. Because we are walking next, or we will eventually hit Lakota, and not excited about that.
You just skirt Lakota?
Yeah, the one that goes around it.
Like,
Yeah, go on the other side. Map? You want to pull the map out?
yeah, sure. And then I look at Kelnis's map.
It's right there.
Oh, but it's just so large.
It is. We gotta get a smaller one. Handheld map.
See, here we go.
A pocket map. I'm gonna give you one of the folding ones.
Yes!
How do you get this back down? Screw it.
We stay on the northeast side of the
You didn't
runway.
print out MapQuest? You didn't?
Is the wagon covered?
No, it is not. It is open cart. So it would have enough room for 2 of you to be at the front if you'd want, or you could ride in the back. So that would be my first question: is who is driving this cart?
I mean, I feel like I'm going to, since I've been talking to Timothy now for 20 minutes and petting me.
Timothy? Okay, got it.
Is this a girl Timothy or a boy Timothy?
Yeah.
I haven't checked that far yet.
It's Timothy now. It's happening. Yeah, so Takara is actually leading and navigating the cart itself.
Yeah.
Where are the other 2? Are y'all riding in the back, in the sides? Who's shotgun?
I guess I'll ride in the back.
I'll walk for a little bit.
Okay, so that is going to slow you down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is an option. So when it comes to vehicles themselves,
Okay.
you have a quicker pace. You
Got
can
it.
move further in the cart throughout the day. You could, just like when you're running, you could try to run the horse and the cart to get further along in the day. However,
I'm
you're
tired.
Got it.
yeah, there's going to be a point where you have to rest.
No.
It's also going to be hard to go inconspicuously through a town if you race by Lakota. Yeah.
If you go fast enough, they won't see you.
It's the same as whenever you're walking. It's how fast are you walking, what is your pace level, and just
We're just
Alright.
stuck down.
I guess I'll just sit behind the car.
okay. So as you're going through the cart, yeah. Okay. So you're taking the roadway straight up,
Yes.
right? So you know that it's about a 2 days journey if you were walking. So you might be able to get there in under 2, just depending on your pace and how it goes. So Dakar, would you please roll me just a d20 by itself?
14.
Okay. So the first part of this journey, for the first day itself, is pretty uneventful. As you going up from Kalakesh, there aren't a whole bunch of settlements that are on the Windway itself, but there are many branching smaller roads and paths that lead toward the Deadwood side, where you can see small little settlements of 3 or 4 houses, where people have banded together to live and farm in these rural communities, but they're not part of an associated town.
And that's mostly to our west.
That would be to the west, yeah.
Okay.
So this disguise thing, what's your grand plan?
It's mostly just right here, like just here. Needs to.
Cut it off. Have you thought about not doing this?
I think you're beautiful, Countess.
Yeah!
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just so you.
All of me is scaly also.
Yeah, but the rest is most somewhat covered.
And my tail?
You can't just curl it up,
Tuck it in there.
just pick it up and hold it like that. I don't know, like a scarf or something.
Guy from Star Wars, the thing
Yeah.
Torres said.
Yeah. I mean, I have some extra clothes and stuff. We could just kind of makeshift something just while we go by or around Lakota, just in case.
Because that's not going to be more conspicuous.
I mean, well, I guess you're right. How are we gonna do this? I'm so nervous.
Y'all are the one on the reward paper at Lakota. What if I just lay down in the cart and you put stuff on top of me?
You're right.
Like the clothes.
That's a good
Yeah, it's
idea.
like just dug down. Like,
Okay, that's a good idea.
I'll cart inconspicuously.
You need the disguises.
Like this.
Well, I'll try that to look
Like this. I think that's more natural. The horse is like trotting.
I mean, I have a scarf that covers pretty much most of my head and face, so I'm not...
The other thing to consider, because you have the map, the windway does not go to Lakota.
Not to Lakota, but...
It's not going to be an eye shot either, so keep in mind there is a distance between the windway and Lakota. It's your choice if you're going to break off into a side path to get to Lakota and come back to the windway.
I think we'll be fine, Q.
Okay.
Do we...
Can you say it one more time?
I, Dakar Malkoa, think we will be fine.
Okay, if we are not fine, I'm gonna blame you.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. I believe you. I believe you.
I feel like you'd blame me no matter what, though.
Possibly. I'm just making it known that you said it twice.
You flashing your IOU?
Yes, that's my how you.
Okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Positive thoughts. Positive
It's
thoughts.
gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be fine. Pinky promise?
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
Social distancing. Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. Alright.
But we don't need to stop at Lakota?
No.
I think we have enough supplies and everything. Yeah, we don't.
Do we need the rest of the stuff
What stuff?
from the lady who bought your place?
She has about 30 more days.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's yeah.
Oh, Marietta? Yeah. So
There's time.
the money was going to be in a month.
Gotcha.
It's
not
only
been a month.
been about it's been about 5 days since y'all saw her last. Give her some time.
I'm knocking on the door.
As long as we're going that general direction.
Collections. We're getting our money.
I mean, if she hadn't left in such a hurry, I don't even know if she would be there by now. But
Dwarf better have my money.
she seemed like she was doing pretty quick.
Love it. Alright.
All right, so it is starting to get later, as you notice. The day is dying down. Pretty uneventful day.
Yeah.
Are y'all pushing through, or are y'all making camp?
I don't know. What do you think? I think we should stop. Just what? I don't know.
It seems like a good idea.
That's fine with me.
All right, let's stop.
Like sort of like Marietta did posted next to one of the posts.
Yeah.
So we
that
sort of
sounds
have
good. Yeah.
something to.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
Oh,
backing
that's
up to
obvious.
one of the columns
Mhm.
of the windway.
Yeah.
So you settle down, unhook Timothy.
Mhm.
There are water. There's not a lot of rivers and open waterways, but there are small little creek beds and underground springs that kind of pull up and build up small patches of water on the island. You're able to find a small location, rest, feed the horse, your odds and ends that you've gathered from Kalikesh, and settle down. At nighttime, is there anybody who's doing that?
I'll take the first watch, and I promise not to go anywhere without waking someone up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright, so as Calnus takes the first watch, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
11.
11, yeah. Seemingly uneventful. There is a moment where you hear laughter, but like distant laughter, as if someone was in a huge guffaw where something like really, really heavy was said, and then it dies down. It's not there again. Other than that, pretty clear.
Okay.
Your time goes by. Are you waking up?
Wake up cute.
Q, would you roll me a perception check, please?
Heads up. There's maybe another campsite nearby. Heard somebody laugh. Happy laugh.
Oh, okay. So we go kill him.
No, calm down. We're not supposed to leave each other from the camp.
Got it. All right.
Just so you know.
Perception?
Yep.
23.
You notice as you kind of climb up, similar to what Kelnis did the first time when y'all stayed by the one-way, you climb up the platforms where you can get a better vantage point, and you see the small sparkling glow of fires that are further up north, camped similar to you against the one-way itself, but as the land dips down, you can see that kind of shine off the stone itself. They're fairly close, and the sound does sound like there's a good number of them.
Any general mood or vibe?
It's pretty heartfelt, pretty hearty,
Okay.
jovial. Every now and then there's the subtle sound of instrumentation. It's kind of plucking away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anything else?
Just keep watching.
Time goes by. Another day starts. Stage yours. What are you gonna do?
Onward!
Pack up and move.
Alright, so I'm gonna need another d20 for the car. As you navigate this vehicle.
17.
Yeah. 17?
Yeah.
You're getting the hang of how to use this cart.
Onward!
You've never driven a cart before, but this is like, this is nicer than walking. Why have I not done this before?
This is a great invention.
Yeah, we got
Who
this
needs
thing.
birds?
So, Timothy Ho, and you get to take off.
How'd you know his middle name?
So, you begin to move at a pretty steady pace as you gather up and begin making your way northward. Getting over that hill, there is the remains of a fire, but that's all that's left in that area.
Is that? There we go. Should we check it out or we're... No.
I mean, it's just the remains of the fire, right?
I mean, it looks like it from here. But...
Hey, it looks like somebody camped here last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
wasn't
some
a
laughter.
It was some pretty funny jokes.
Yeah, we could have a party with them.
No.
We call this
Well-
wine.
We need the wine.
Oh, okay.
Wine is in disguise right now.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
And maybe a bargaining tool. I mean, should we check just to make sure?
Sure.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to check the camp. Roll me an investigation check as you scour the grounds.
15.
15. You make the little chain, like the Boy Scout chain, where you're like, alright, make a line, and you'll walk the campground. And you check,
We can't hold hands right now.
ribbons. You have ribbons.
No.
So you see the ground itself. The fire it's been out for quite a time, so you can tell that it died off early in the morning. There's no real footprints, so it's whoever was there was really light-footed. And you see that there are heavy indentions in the ground that actually lead off to a smaller road that heads west. That would be heading in the direction of Lakota.
Maybe they had a cart too.
Possibly. I mean, now that we have one, it's
great.
is the way to travel. Wow.
Carts on carts on carts.
This is the future, guys.
Put your money in cards. Invest in cards. It's gonna be big.
Multi-billion-dollar industry.
Alright, so heading back north, or do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I mean, if there's no, equipment or anything, yeah.
Let's move.
That's mostly what I was looking for, so.
Nothing exciting.
Alright, so go ahead and make me another d20. Oh, you already made your d20 rolls, you started going off. Whoever is on lookout, who's kind of keeping eye, it could be you as well, depends on how you're doing this. Whoever's really gauging the situation, roll me a survival check.
I'm still sitting behind you. Do you want to say that you're looking ahead and I'm kind of watching,
And I'm good for looking
like, around?
'cause I'm...
I mean, yeah, I would feel like I'm
Okay.
sort of tunnel visioned
Okay.
forward.
All right, so I'll look. Survival, you said?
Yes.
13.
13. Alright. So as you're traveling across the roadway itself, you notice that the pillars up above, some of them do look very kind of worn away, and there's not chunks of stone falling, but you can see the subtle kind of gravel and dust fall from the archways themselves periodically as you travel. Not in one spot, but every now and then you see, as if there's something that's causing debris to fall.
Do you think it's general wear and tear?
I don't know. Does it? That's a good question. Does it look like it's just old, or does it look like it was like hit or cracked?
You know what? Do an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence. Yeah, it looks like it could be anything. You're not sure. You're not a stonemason.
The rocks. They're falling.
Sky. The sky is falling.
Gravity.
It's the ground. Not with a 10. I wouldn't be saying that's gravity.
It's magic.
Dakar, are you doing that? Okay, so I just say, look, that's
The best dialogue of the day. Look.
Oh.
All right, so as you press on forward, is there anything else you have in this time? It's a pretty uneventful day as well.
Mm-hmm.
As you make it on the road, you start noticing that the terrain itself is getting ever more hilly and changed. You're hitting the hills, especially on the western side. You can see in the distance the great mountains of the Gazette, not the Gazette, the Zaget, the Rainlet of the Zaget, where you're from, Kelnis. And Dakar, you've been north before. You've seen this area. It's nothing new to you, and you're starting to get memories that come back of this kind of hill climate where you once camped in different low bed areas where there's more stream coming off of the Zaget.
Are these the mountains?
Have you never seen a mountain before?
Well, I mean, I don't travel all that much. But this is the Zaget, right?
We're getting there.
No, but here. We're not there yet.
No, this is Woodway.
Okay.
That is the
Okay.
Zaget.
I'm
Is it
excited. I'm excited to go there. I've never been there before.
Well, I mean, Corinth first.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yes, but I mean, apparently there's nothing in Corinth, so we won't see a lot.
Hopefully, Carl.
Hopefully. But, I don't know. But then after that, we get to go to the Zaget. I mean, we met your family.
Met your family.
We met my family, and now we get to meet your family.
Yeah.
It's like we're real friends. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. That's what friends do.
You're so stupid. I love y'all so much. All right, so another day begins to die down as you've now had a day from not Kalakash, from the Lakota area. You have not quite reached Corinth, but you're definitely making progress. One more camp down day, so I need who's taking lookout.
I'm happy to take a cut again.
Yeah.
First one.
Two
Alright,
cards
so-
happy to sleep.
First survival, perception, and then whoever's taking the second one, perception.
20.
That's a 20.
That is a 20. Yeah, you found it.
20.
This time you rolled the right dice, so we're good.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah. You start noticing that there are these softly guttural sounds. Almost, it's not growling, but there's this kind of moaning flow that is echoing from somewhere.
Would I recognize it?
I'm going to say probably not, but just give me a d20 roll and let's make this, make it nature.
13.
13. You're not familiar with what creature this exactly is, but you can tell that it sounds like there's multiple creatures and it's not consistent. It's not like a bird that's constantly giving off the same noise. it changes every now and then, but there's no real pattern to it.
Can I tell if it's something that sounds like it's in distress or in pain, or is hunting?
Oddly enough, there's no real reasoning behind it. It doesn't remind you of any beast that you've encountered. I will say with your 20, you're aware it's coming from up above.
Well, it's 13.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 20.
No, that was before.
No, but before your 20 of hearing stuff,
Oh, yeah, okay.
you're aware it's coming from up above.
Okay. Okay.
As you take over.
Hey, just so you know, there's like some moaning and groaning. It sounds like it's coming from up above. You know how those rocks came down?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you see up there? I can't see up there. Like, I'm a little worried.
And I try to look up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really grand and up there, so you wouldn't be able to see anything that's on top of the windway.
Just something to keep an ear out for.
Should we wake Dakar?
Do you think he can help with this?
I don't know.
Yeah. Nudge, nudge.
Morning.
Not yet.
No.
Pitch black.
Oh, another day.
So, we're a little worried. There's this moaning and groaning, and it's coming from up above. But I can't see up there. Q can't see up there. I don't know if it's something to be worried about. Do you hear it?
Yes.
Do you have a way of finding out what it might be?
Do you mean like climb up there?
Now, I don't want to put you in any danger, but if that's the only way that we will know if it's scary or not.
I could throw like a fireball up there or something.
Oh,
but
damn.
yeah, I don't think that's a good first impression.
I don't think so.
Let's scale it back. Let's calm down.
Hello!
Wakey, wakey.
Friend or foe?
Also, when did you learn Fireball?
What?
When did you learn Fireball?
Well, I produce flame.
That is not the same as Fireball, but alright.
I can throw it some distance. 30 feet.
We'll come back to that.
I don't know. We just didn't know, since it's up there, we didn't know if it's like actually on the windway or if it's flying, and since you're the bird guy.
Is it the column coming apart and it's all
Yeah.
going to crash down on us?
Is it that heavy? There's so many questions. And you had that really great idea earlier, and we thought you could help with this also.
Have you heard like a train go over or anything like that?
No. Just the moaning and groaning.
Yeah. And I just woke up like 10 seconds ago.
Was it moaning and groaning me?
No.
No.
Oh.
We would not have woken you up for that.
You would also remember that the train itself last time came into Kalakesh, and it is currently, it's in Kalakesh, yeah. With shipment coming off the chain, this would be the time where it would dock into Kalakesh, be loaded up, and then go up north to provide goods. Which is part of the urgency of you buying Kalakesh more time, is that the train probably is not going to move.
Should we be worried?
I mean, are the sounds getting closer?
No, but
All right, now I feel kind of dumb for waking him up.
I just wanted to be extra careful.
Me too. I'm right there with you, but
How's your buddy at climbing?
no, not after the last time. Not after the last time when Dakar made me put Felix on the tree, and then Felix went up into the tree and then almost like got eaten by the birds. He hasn't left my pouch since then because I'm so scared because you put him in danger.
But he had the adventure of a lifetime.
Did he? Did he really?
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry for suggesting. Do you have an animal that could go up there and look? You talk to the horse, you talk to the bears, you talk...
I don't think
Is it a
horse.
unicorn?
I don't think Timothy can climb.
Yeah, but could you find any animal? Could you say, hey, come here? You want to check that out for us?
Sure, let me see what I can do.
Thanks.
I'm gonna use.
Please!
You know what? First, roll a perception check as you look for nighttime birds.
Owls?
Bats.
It's
Now
not
that
a
you-
bird.
12.
You and the damn bat. 12? They're not readily available, but every now and then you do see things flutter and you do hear screeching kind of noises. But it's not like you're like, there's an owl. I mean,
Well, regardless, I'm gonna use my staff for bird calls to try and make like a sexy owl hoot.
can you please show me what a sexy owl hoot is?
Ooh.
Okay,
I'm trying to attract some owls to the area.
go ahead and roll animal handling, and I'll give you advantage for that. 'Cause that-
Well, that's my advantage. 10.
You've not really mated with birds before, so you don't really know.
Well, I'm not making the sound. The bird staff is making the sound.
But it's you. You have to kind of think of what you want and
Oh.
go. Yeah, you're.
I thought I just had presets like sexy owl. Let's go with that.
No.
Sexy owl says.
You can say. Yeah, you don't really see a lot of bird activity coming your way with that.
Any luck?
I mean, not yet.
A hawk.
Alright, well, I'll be awake. You guys go to sleep. If anything happens, I'll wake you guys up.
Okay.
But thank you for that. I needed that.
Do you want me to try and toss a fireball up there? Like, not at it, but just in that general direction, and we can maybe see if it lights the area?
No. Because I don't think that's a good idea, because even, like, if it's friendly now,
It might.
and then you do that, it will
What
no
if-
longer be friendly.
What if there are other things around us that are not friendly? It's like a hey, come here sign.
Yeah, like, we're here.
I've really,
Come get us.
I've really enjoyed
If it was
the.
like the people last night, we could have a party.
No, I've really enjoyed the trip so far. Like we've been real lucky so far.
Okay.
Yeah. So go back to sleep.
I'm not. I'll stay up and help.
Alright, well.
2.
I'm gonna
4
go
eyes are
sleep.
better than 2.
So the remainder of the night goes pretty easily as expected. Nothing except for that continuing noise up above. Another day comes. You pack up and you head off north.
I do.
I want to stop and look now that it's light. Look up there and see if there's anything like distinguishable or different than anything else we've seen.
Nothing really. I mean, stone.
Can we climb this thing?
You are always welcome to try.
I want to try, but I don't, like...
Keep in mind that this thing towers above anything you've ever seen. So this would be a straight shot up.
How high?
From what you can guess, you're talking...
It was really, really high.
Oh yeah, we're
right?
talking well over 150 feet of straight up climb.
That's what I thought.
This is not like the rock wall at school where you're
Yeah,
like, yeah, I can
yeah.
do that. I don't need a harness and a helmet. I can do this. Put a map below me.
I was thinking, like, Mulan around.
Yes!
But it doesn't sound like that's possible.
It's not like a little pillar. It's a giant
Okay.
column. You would have to have like
Yeah.
the biggest rope ever.
I'm gonna say that Q thought about that all night and woke up and decided it wasn't a great idea.
I mean, you're always welcome to try. I'm never gonna say you can't.
I know. I'm gonna say she would have talked herself out of it.
How much rope do we have?
We have,
I mean, I have 50 feet.
and I have 50 feet.
And I have 50 feet.
So that's 50s of feet.
350.
If you want, I can try and talk Felix into climbing up with the rope. If it's not too much for him,
Now that we know there's
You
no
will
monster
have to
out
ask
there.
him.
I
There's
will
no
ask
monster.
him. What?
There's no monster up there. I don't see anything.
Well, still,
I
if
mean,
he
you know it's far
can
away.
climb up with a rope, tie a knot for us. I don't
With
know.
what thumbs?
I don't know this. Like, I'm sorry. I believe in Felix. If he can dream it, he can achieve it.
With what thumbs?
He hasn't dreamed of the thumbs yet.
Alright, so I open the pouch and just kind of like let Felix out. And I'm like, okay, well, since you are amazing at talking to Timothy Ho and
The unicorn and the bears and
the
their
sexy
horses.
owls, and so
Ooh.
And that wasn't even from his staff.
if he agrees to it, that's fine. Because I know he's a little upset with me because I haven't been paying attention to him because now I have you guys. And I can talk to people other than Felix now.
Well,
People who talk back.
would you like me to try calling some daytime birds first? Or are you okay with Felix going on an adventure?
Let's try the birds first. Because...
You eating chips over there?
No! I'm nervous.
Right, so you're looking for another bird? It's daytime, birds
Yes.
are out now. This would be a lot easier than at night. So I'll allow you to do one more.
Okay.
Are you calling with the staff to get them, or are you...
I'm gonna use, yes, the staff to make just like a regular sort of sparrow, finch, like small bird sort of chirp sound.
Okay, go ahead and roll another animal handling.
21.
You're like the bird lady from Borderlands 2.
We're Joe Pesci, I'm gonna take him out. Gonna throw some bird seed at him.
Yeah. You actually remember, you're like, I have these berries, I have different things that would attract birds, and you actually take some time, but a couple birds come your way.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna choose the dapperest looking bird.
Sure.
Penguin.
I may have chosen poorly.
My time to shine.
It's the Mary Poppins penguins. And they're like, woo! Woo!
Oh my god, I love it.
Alright, so you got this little finch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna chat with him a bit. Find out his name's Paul.
Sure.
Ask him if he would like to do me a solid. Fly up top to the windway, take a peek around. Come back, let me know what he sees for some birdseed.
Oh yeah, the moment you mention the seed and you're like, yeah, I'll feed you. You see him like get up and like start flying a few circles around you. He's super excited. A little hard to pay attention this one. And you finally you convey the message, and you see the little finch take up into the air. A few minutes go by. You see it kind of going the length of the windway, just a few leagues. Then it comes back, lands on your staff. It's like food.
Yeah,
you get the food. Yeah, but just starts chomping away.
I slowly what'd you see?
There's rock. Lots of rock.
Nothing else?
That's right. Sparkly gems. Sparkly gems.
Okay. But no kind of like creatures or anything up there that make noise?
Noise, but creatures? Yes. Creatures, yes.
What kind of creatures?
People?
Like humanoid people?
Like people, like you?
Oh, okay. Like a lot of them? A little bit of them?
Oh, lot.
Lots of them. What were they doing?
Walking?
Which direction?
Points his beak.
Is he pointing his beak north or south?
Yeah, south.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. No one to see? He said, wait, do you guys speak Finch?
No.
No. Okay.
Do I speak Finch? No, I do not speak Finch.
He
Didn't
said,
take the elective.
I do Spanish.
He said there were rocks up there. Go figure.
Surprise.
And gyms.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming it's the gyms that make the Windway work.
Okay.
He said there's also people up there, like a lot of people.
How do people get up there?
I'm gonna assume from the guard station.
What are they gonna do when the car comes?
Ouch.
I don't know. I'm not making that poor decision. But he did say they're walking south, so they're heading towards Calacash.
Well, we
Good
better
or
hurry
bad?
then. I don't know. Did you ask if they were good people or bad people?
Or what they were wearing? Like,
Or like what?
uniform.
Paul! Paul! Paul, come to me!
Roll a d20.
You got that seed right there, right?
15. Hey, Paul.
C.
Yeah. Could you happen to tell if they were good or bad people?
What people?
Oh, the people you saw walking on the Windway to the south.
I can't talk to them.
Oh. Could you tell what they were wearing?
Clothes?
So, like, just clothes like I'm wearing? Or
Things
more like shiny clothes?
I don't wear things, so things, like they wear tops, bottoms,
Uh-huh. But like mine?
casual separates.
Wearing them in
the
sundresses?
new line, Old Navy, and they're,
Was it clothes like mine? Or was it like shiny metal clothes?
Not shiny.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to ask Paul while he's here?
I have a
happy?
meta question.
Were they happy?
Can we hear him talk?
In bird.
Okay, so we have no idea what you said. Okay.
Were they happy people? Were they sad people? Did they have weapons?
Children?
Men,
or just
women?
just adults?
Paul can't talk to them, so he doesn't know if they're good or bad. He says they're wearing normal clothes.
Okay.
Can you
Weapons.
tell if they have weapons, Paul?
Happy, sad.
Weapons?
Yeah, weapons.
Yes, some.
Like, do some of them have weapons?
Some.
Are all the people about the same size? Or are there, like, bigger and smaller people, like, children-sized?
Different sizes?
They are different sizes. Okay.
Are they happy? Or
He says,
sad?
are they happy or sad? Paul doesn't know.
Is
Are
it
they
like
happy or
when?
sad?
Is it like when you're eating some seed, or when you're really hungry? Is that what do they look like?
Do they look like they have plenty of seed in their belly?
No.
Or they look like they're without seed?
Without seed.
He says they look hungry.
Okay. Which means they're probably not dangerous.
Probably not.
Right.
Okay.
Well, unless we had food that they wanted.
Well.
But they're all the way up there. How are they
Yeah.
gonna get down?
I mean, gravity.
They have apples!
Okay.
It's all for you, Damien!
Thank you again, Paul.
Alright.
Hopefully there wasn't something else you wanted me to ask him.
I feel better about that.
But something to keep in mind.
I also don't think that's the noise we were hearing,
No.
but that's fine.
That's interesting.
I'm fine. Moving on. I would have been very worried if it were a group of shiny adult people with a lot of weapons marching towards Kalakesh.
Yeah, maybe they're going to help.
Possibly. Or maybe they need help.
Mm.
So, alright. So move forward.
Yeah, let's keep traveling.
Alright, so give me one more d20 roll.
50.
15. Doesn't take very long. It is now getting to midday by the time that you start arriving, and you see off of the windway itself, there is a branching path that goes east. That, according to your map, would lead you to where Corinth was, where Jago showed you where Corinth would be. As you take that path and begin to move out, you finally reach the outskirts of a small, almost hamlet of destroyed. You can tell that a fire has taken them. There's still beams hanging from certain walls, but most of the walls have fallen or collapsed, so the structural integrity of many of the buildings is not the safest. A lot of the stone foundations that were set for the houses to be on are still there, but it is devoid of any living beings from that outset. There is, at the very front entrance, 3 wooden stakes with stars that have been stamped or like pushed into the ground, and a large pole that has a edict placed on it.
I want to read the edict.
Right. The
Yes.
edict. It says, by the power provided to us by Our Lady in Shadow, the settlers of Corinth have been convicted of harboring heathens and aiding in the participation of mages that threaten the people of Etor. Signed, Grand Curate Jocelyn Reese. Stars that are next to them, each star has written in Elvish and in Common. The first star says, we are reminded that knowledge is power. The second star says, we are reminded that power in the wrong hands is doom. And the third star is, we are reminded that the control of knowledge is the key to salvation.
Would you read the edict again?
Of course. By the power granted to us by Our Lady in Shadow, the settlement of Corinth has been convicted of harboring heathens and aiding in the participation of mages that threaten the peoples of Etor. Grand Curate Jocelyn Reese.
That mage, do you think that's the same one that
Maybe he was visiting
Concern
here.
was talking about?
And maybe Corinth hid him here. Or harbored him.
Or her.
Or her. So then it was burned to the ground on purpose. It wasn't an accident.
The name. Would any of us have heard that name before?
Jocelyn Reese. Go ahead and I'll allow you all 3 to roll a history check.
$18.
14.
13.
18, 14, 13. In the archives at the Zaget, you have, there's always information from the outsiders that are gathered from your spies that go out and look for different organizations to know who's in charge, who are the leaders, and who do we send messages out to in times of need and war. Jocelyn Reese is the Grand Curate of the Grey Sisters at Braska.
I'm going to share that with them.
Well,
Is that where Concern was from?
Concern?
Yeah. He was from Braska, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're not messing around.
Well,
They want that wizard bad.
well, and if Concern thought the wizard was in Kalakesh, that means Kalakesh might be the next one to be burnt to the ground. We gotta find Carl.
Yeah.
As I'm looking around and it's just nothing. Carl!
Don't stare.
Oh yeah, thank you for that reminder. I wonder what it is.
Whatever it is, don't stare.
Oh, I know, but like, I'm just curious.
In the town itself, right now you're seeing the front buildings that are taken down. There is a pathway that goes further forward, and you see in the center there is that large piece of black stone. And it's just, it just looks like a random stone.
I want to go look at it, though. I want to go check it out.
As you walk up, you notice that to the left of the stone there are an assortment of tents that are actually set up in a little small campsite. And to the far left, as you curve around the town, there is a plume of not heavy smoke that's coming out of one of the buildings. That's the stone facade has crumbled down, but there is one large stone structure where the smoke is coming out of the top.
Psst. Yeah. I mean, we're right here. We followed you.
I didn't realize. Look. I do want to check out the stone before we get into more potential trouble.
Mm-hmm. Me too. The statue of a rock.
The rock statue? The rock statue.
So as you're walking straight forward?
Yes.
Right. I need all three of you to roll a... What's your passive perception?
15.
14.
12.
They roll real shitty. So as you're coming around and you get to the rock, right when you look around to tell them, you're able to see the tents. There are people coming out of the tents that are armed.
Okay.
And you notice that not only are there people at the tents, they're coming out of that stone structure. There's also a building across the way where there is another taller standing gentleman who is walking out, who is carrying a staff.
We're here looking for someone. We're not to cause trouble.
You're announcing that as you come out?
As I see them.
Okay. Quickly you see them, like, they kind of grab their bows and they're like, hold up!
Yep.
One steps forward, he's like, no, settle down, guys, settle. I'm sorry, can we help you?
We're looking for Carl.
Carl.
Not to cause trouble, we need his help.
I don't know a Carl.
Y'all are better with social things. I'm just gonna get mad.
I mean, that was the only question I had.
I'm sorry about your home.
What about, oh, no, this isn't our home.
Oh.
But it was free and we're taking up residence.
Oh.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Wait,
Who are you?
No. I asked you first. Who are you?
Is anyone hungry?
As you look over and they already have food on their fires and they're cooking there.
we're just travelers, and we were told as we were passing through that Carl was someone just to give us some shelter and food. But I mean, if he's not here, then we'll move along. So sorry to disrupt you guys.
No, you're still avoiding the question. Who are you?
Like where are we from? I'm from Kalakash.
I'm not from Kalakash, but by way of Kalakash, that's where we're coming from.
We are but simple wine merchants.
Yeah. We work for Johannesson Wine, and we're distributing. It's right here.
Roll a deception check.
6.
Well, there's not a lot of people here, but I mean, we'll gladly take the wine off your hands.
Well, we can only give you so much of it, but we're happy to hand out samples.
I take the tarp and I put it over the cart that we have, make it look like it's like a display. And I get one of the bottles and I start. Go.
As you do that, this rather large dog, towering to your chest, kind of runs across one of the buildings and runs right up to you, just growling and barking, and kind of throws its paws up against you as you back up, holding the bottle.
Sir, could you please?
Down, boy. Kind of leans back, still kind of glaring at you.
I kind of stand in front of her.
All right, so who's first?
No, you don't understand. We're going to take all of the wine.
Oh, well.
Well, it is for sale, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Which point you see the people around the tents have now come over, and you see them, a couple of them holding their bows ready, notched with an arrow. You see the one who has the staff has his hand kind of really close to the orb on the end, and they're all just staring you down.
Oh, well, I mean, it just doesn't have to be like
have
this.
to
I could give you guys 2 bottles of wine, and then we can just go and be out of your way.
Do you want a whole crate?
They just start laughing.
Can we at least keep the wagon while we keep
Well,
traveling?
well, I mean, you guys, you know the company policy. If you don't try to fight the thieves. We'll just you can take it. Just let us go, please.
Y'all don't really know what y'all are doing, do y'all?
We
don't know who
new
you
on the
are.
job.
take them, and you see them like start walking up as two of the heavier, burlier ones walk up to kind of grab you, and they go for you first. So, are you gonna allow this, or are you gonna try to avoid it?
I'm gonna go quietly at first.
Okay.
I'll allow it. Y'all.
Oh, what did we do? What's wrong? Like, what's going on?
Which point they're going to take your hands and they start putting them behind you, and you hear the clinking of familiar shackle sounds as they.
No. No.
Okay, so now you're avoiding it.
Now I'm avoiding it.
All right, so.
All right, so we can do this nicely,
I need you to do. You can either use your dex or your strength.
or we cannot.
So you can do acrobatics or athletics, depending on how you want to avoid this.
Okay.
As they have your hands and they're trying to get your hands manacled.
I'm gonna go with athletics.
You have one manacled already.
Okay, 25.
Yeah. So you hear that clink as it goes over your right wrist.
No.
And yeah,
thank you.
Real pull around, and as soon as they see that, and that's gonna start the battle. So we're actually gonna stop here and take a break. And when we come back, we'll see how things fare. So stay with us, and we'll catch you at the end of the break. Yep.
So that just happened.
I like. Oh no. Oh, no.
I think not. And we're back. Sorry, we had to stretch our legs and get a couple of refills on our beverages of choice.
Fresh pots.
Fresh pots. So I need you all to roll for initiative.
I feel like I should have mentally prepared.
It's alright. We don't need to prepare for this. You don't prepare for this.
We'll do it live.
Alright, so going in player order. Count us.
10.
10. Dakar?
12.
19.
19. Oh, this makes me so happy. Alrighty. Or are you crying already? We haven't even started. So, to give you a little heads up so that we have the map on the table. So, you just came in through the open area where those stakes were that had the stars. As you came across the main buildings going into the center of town, you have this walkway that has the stone rock.
That I never got to check
Never
out.
got to check. I mean, it's there. You can check it still. Just to give you a heads up, there are some obstacles in the way, so keep in mind you have the tents that are here. These buildings, remember, the walls are kind of collapsed out, so some of the walls are still there, but you can navigate through them. Other than that, the rest of the terrain is open for you to go through. There is a water area in the far corner, so keep that in mind. All right, so they attempted to grab you and to manacle you. You pull your hand away. At once, you hear the leader of the captain guard just kind of say, just attack and get them. So it's actually going to be Q up first.
All right.
I know you're like, I want to assassinate.
All right, so I'm trying to see where I am.
You actually tied, but because your dex is higher, you get to go.
Well.
It still counts.
Yeah, it does.
Dex.
All right, so you're ready.
You're right
Okay.
by the rock I wanted to check out.
All right, so I am going to the guy that was grabbing Kelnis.
Okay, you see you have two bandits here.
The one that's closest to me. I'm gonna go after that one.
All right, so you're gonna pull right in. You want to go there?
Mm-hmm. And that's gonna be a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
All right, so that's an automatic crit.
Damage is damage.
No. So I think that's 15. Yeah, 15 damage.
15 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you hear, get them! And this one's like trying to grab your other hand to wrestle it down, and all of a sudden, this sword just comes in and just like slits across the throat, and the blood just sprays across, the back of your scales, and then it like falls on the floor right over to you. Yeah, down.
Oof.
Nice.
Thanks.
I don't think that's a clean sword.
Start strong. Alrighty, yeah, that you did it. You did the thing.
I did the damn thing.
Anything else?
I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Alright, so you stay there.
Yeah.
Alright, so at which point the captain kind of sees that and shouts out, "Oh shit! They're not simple-minded villagers, people!" At which point he is going to pull out. He has 2 daggers that he throws your way as you see these 2 coming straight at you. So, let's do this. As those 2 daggers go, that is going to be a 16 and a 19. Actually, I lied, an 18 and a 21.
They will both hit.
They both hit. As the 2 of them come straight for you, doing the first one 6 points of piercing damage, second one 7 points of piercing damage. As they both.
Is she within 5 feet of me?
She is within 5 feet of you.
When you're done, I have something to say.
Okay, so they both hit and kind of get you right in the chest. And yeah, you feel that pain as blood kind of streaks down your chest. And then he's going to run forward and get over here on this side of you, Kelnis. And his last attack, you see him pull out this large gleaming scimitar and he just kind of goes straight across your back. That is going to be a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Doing only 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay. I have a question.
Go for it.
So he attacked Q. But was far away. Now he's close by. Can I use my reaction?
Are you talking about your similar reaction? Okay, so no, because he didn't do the melee attack right there. Yeah.
Alright, 4 points of slashing.
Yeah, that's alright.
It's worth a shot.
You win some, you lose some. Alright, at which point you see coming out of the corner one of those other large dogs comes careening forward and is going to make a break at Dakar. And it's going to attempt... Oh, it doesn't have a scimitar, so let's not do that. Like,
how did he get those?
They're like taped on to turning.
It's on his tail.
Yeah, so he's going to attempt to bite you. 5 probably does not hit.
Just misses.
Yeah, so it does not. It just comes to bite you and you can't quite get to you. Bat it away with your bird calling staff. The other dog is going to run forward at you as well, Dakar, as you have dog on you action. As this bite is an 18.
Yep.
Doing 3 points of piercing damage, and you should do a strength saving throw.
9.
9, as you are toppled to the ground and you are prone. Over in the far corner out of that building, with the one who had the staff, who is kind of playing on it, you notice that he's muttering words into his hand. And let's see if I can do this. Yes. At which point, there is a field that kind of goes around the leader, and you see this kind of glistening that hovers around him. That is his turn. It's going to go to Dakar.
I'm going to use half a move to stand up. And I am going to use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
And I'm going to strike at the dog who knocked me over. Bad boy. 18.
18 will hit.
7 damage.
7 damage. As you strike at the dog that just knocked you over, and you kind of push it off of you, stand up, and then you just smack it as your staff begins to glow. And once again, you're so familiar to this, you just hear the shattering of the skull as it falls down, and it is dead. Anything else?
I want to cry. Is that action or bonus action?
You've already used your bonus action.
I know.
You can't cry this turn.
I'm gonna try next turn. Yeah, that's my turn.
Well, fine. That's gonna take us to Calnus.
Alright, I'm gonna use my bonus action to go into a rage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my battle axe to smack this guy right next to me, right in front of me.
You just want the leader?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Okay. 23 to hit.
Oh. Yep, that'll do.
Okay. $11 damage.
Okay.
And that's all I'm gonna do right now.
So you pull your battle axe out. The first time, feeling that heavy weight into it, and you just slam it in, and it does jam right onto the side. And that is going to take us back up. Oh, no, actually, I lied. This last guy who just manacled you and you pulled away is going to make his attacks against you, Calnus.
Okay.
As you noticed, his not-so-nice scimitar comes streaking at you, and a 9 is not going to hit. Alright, so it just kind of grazes across your scales, and there's a little spark of light. And then it kind of looks at you. Oh, shit. And that's his turn. The other bandit is dead. So that's going to take us back to Q. Top of the order.
Alright, Q is gonna go around Kelnis to hit the main guy.
15.
14.
14 for, that is, I'm not going to hit.
Alright, and then she's gonna use the rest of her movement to go back towards those structures behind her.
This one over here?
No.
The tents.
Yeah, right there.
Right. So he's going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
Damn it.
It's alright. It happens. You know, things happen. You're eager to...
You were thrown by a
In the
miss.
moment.
Yeah.
Too much blood in the blade.
moment. As the scimitar streaks against you, doing 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Ow!
And that is going to be 9 points of slashing damage. Alright, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
At which point you do that, he hits you and sees you run, and he begins to take off, and he's going after you.
Now he ran away from me. Can I go after him?
You can get an opportunity attack.
That's
you
what I
cannot.
mean.
Yeah, go ahead and make your opportunity attack.
At advantage?
Not an advantage.
I'm just checking. I haven't memorized all the
That doesn't
rules
work
yet.
Doesn't work that way, but a 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
A 1.
I
tried.
You kind of do this motion, and it doesn't really hit.
You wind up.
I tried.
Yeah.
You wind up. He's already way before you
Yeah.
swing.
You swing, and it just completely misses his back as he runs.
He was
forward.
really fast, okay?
All right. At which point he is going to use all. Let's see. He can't do it because he got rid of his daggers. So he's just gonna get his no. He still has one more dagger. So it's gonna hit you twice with the dagger, once with the scimitar.
Alright.
So first dagger attack. It's gonna be a 22.
Yup.
That is 4 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Second one, natural 20.
Oh.
Dagger damage.
Not that bad. 5 points piercing damage.
She's down.
He's down. All right. At which point you fall, and he turns around and starts.
I'm between the tents!
He goes back for Kelnis with the scimitar. 2. Nope. Cannot help you there, and that is his turn. We've got him on the run.
Well.
Yeah. All right.
My
and-
ghost corrects him.
Not quite. This other mastiff is going to make an attack at you, Dakar, as it goes to bite you. That is going to be a 19 to hit. Actually,
Yep.
17 to hit.
Yep.
Doing 6 points piercing damage. And I need you to do another strength check. Or strength saving throw. 5. You are knocked down again. As if this one pushes you on your back and you fall forward, laying on your tongue. Your tum.
Tummy time.
Really though? Really though. Alright, this one over here steps forward, comes around the tent, and it's going to, it mutters some words, and then all of a sudden above you, Kelnis, the sky itself starts to glisten a little bit, and this pillar of light slams down on top of you. I need you to do a dex saving throw.
13?
Raging shit.
13?
Do I get if I'm raging, do I get anything special?
From a dex, this is one you can see, so as a barbarian you would have this, yeah.
Okay.
You get advantage.
It's not only raging. It's
Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, cool.
13.
13, that's all you get to save, remember? 13?
No, it was much lower.
Oh,
13 was the high one.
Yeah, hold on, I just lost his. Where's his at? 13. Oh, sorry.
For dexterity, right?
Yeah, I'm on the wrong screen though. His save. Oh yeah, you pass. So the light slams and you kind of tuck around and it hits right next to you, and there's a singe mark on the ground.
Oh no.
But you take no damage.
Oh, dearie.
Woo.
Oh bother. That's what it says.
Oh bother. Alright, Dekar.
I'm gonna use half my move to stand back up.
And half my move to stand back up.
Gonna say bad doggy one more time and attack the one in front of me.
Go for it.
14.
Yep.
5 damage.
5 damage is all it has as you swing around and you smack it and its body falls on the other mastiff and they both just, looks like you just snapped both their necks. The lover of animals is also the slayer of animals.
I mean, sometimes they get out of hand.
Yeah, you can tell these were more of a nuisance than they are really the threat of the
You're describing.
Can I see Q where I'm at?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to say, Q, get back in the fights! And I'm going to cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Q.
Ooh. I really want to give you a high five right now, but I can't.
10 points of healing for Q.
Now just stay close by, okay?
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
I know it's out of your realm of comfort.
Kelvis.
Okay, I am this the head bandit attacked me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and okay, I don't want to do that. I'm going to use my movement to go up to the guy with the staff.
Okay, so you're gonna break this way?
Yep. And he gets an opportunity.
They both get an opportunity attack against you?
You're raging, you can take it.
Yeah. You are fine.
Just a little grouchy about the little singe mark next to me.
Did you try and do that to me?
Alright, so the captain is gonna come at you with his scimitar. Natural 20 on the die.
Numbers.
They're not hitting that hard. That is a 9 points of slashing damage.
Total or halved?
You have to have that, so that'd be 4. 4 points out. The other one's gonna hit you with their scimitar as well. Natural 1! So,
I like this guy.
You take off and they both go, and the weaker bandit comes behind you and goes for it, and the captain pulls back and just slaps him at the back of the throat and then makes the attack. So you get hit really hard, but he punches his own guy.
What kind of damage is that for that other guy?
Yeah, annoyance damage. Annoyance damage. Kinder damage after that. Rub it off, it didn't hurt.
Rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it. Alright, so yeah, you make it up there. You can make your attacks.
Maybe. Okay, with my battle axe, he's getting hit. So much better. 27 to hit.
Oh, 27 to hit? Yeah. You hit him and his mother.
Okay. $11 damage.
11. Yeah, you slam into him and you can see him kind of panicking as, he's able to still concentrate and that aura around the leader stays. Right, anything else? You are 15 away.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, you're 15.
That's all. That's all I got.
Sorry.
You still have some movement.
Yeah, you still have movement. You can step away.
Is he gonna get? Does that give him an
No,
opportunity?
I'm done.
You can find out.
No, I'm good right where I am. Thank you.
I'm like, no, you have options.
Alrighty. Anything else?
That's it. I'm done
Okay.
for now.
That's going to take us to this one over here, who's going to hop over and go at you, Dakar, as he wildly holds his bleeding nose and swings his scimitar. A 9.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Kind of hits the dog and like.
Their skill really drops off after leadership.
Y'all act like every encounter is supposed to be like to the death.
Well, hello!
When you're made of
What do you
tissue
mean?
paper.
We act like it.
Okay, it's your turn.
So Kyo's gonna use,
Standing up?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 15 left. So I'm gonna go on the other side of the guy that Kelnis is fighting.
Alright, you'd have to walk around.
Yeah.
So 5, 10.
10.
You can get there.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I need. 12.
12 is a miss, unfortunately. Just missed him.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all I can do. Wait. Yeah.
Okay. Captain's gonna run and get behind you, Kel, and make 3 of his attacks against you. At advantage. First one is gonna be a 16.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's going to be 9 points of slashing reduced to 4.
Okay.
Second one is going to be a 14.
Yes.
So defeated. That's 8 reduced to 4 as well. Third one, actually he can't do the third one because he doesn't. No, he still has his dagger, so his dagger. I lied, so I'm gonna change that damage because he can only hit you with. No, he can do 2 with the scimitar, 1 with his dagger. So the last one's with the dagger. And that's going to be 21. Only doing 4 points, reduced to 2. So as he slams, and then stabs you with the other one. Yeah. Should have just given us the wine.
We tried!
Try.
Is that still on the table?
Not buy it,
You're the one
give it.
that started this.
Not buy it, give it.
You are paying premium for that wine now.
Alright, the dogs are out. The one that you just slammed into with the staff reaches forward and goes to grab you. As you can see, his hand just like emanates this black light, and he goes to grab onto your skin.
Can I do something about that, please?
You can, we'll see how the rolls go. Alright, so I need you... Actually, he's going to make his attack, and he's at advantage. Oh. 14 plus... Hold on. That is 17 to hit?
Yes.
Alright. As the hand touches onto your scales, and you just feel emanating through all of the scales this cold sensation of death as your body just begins to kind of convulse with necrotic energy. Oh, I'm gonna get some D10s out. It's a D10, people, come on.
You said some. You said
3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. That's 21 points of necrotic damage, which is not halved.
I'm down.
Alright. As Kel falls to the ground, just convulsing in that necrotic damage. Alright. That's going to take us to... Dakar.
I am going to... I'm gonna attack the guy in front of me with my staff.
Go for it. a miss.
Looks like two of us can suck at this. And I'm going to.
You have your bonus action, you have movement.
Yeah, I'm going to use my bonus action to use Bomb of the Summer Court on Kelvis.
Okay. A little that Finch comes back. You notice?
Oh, 14, 19 hit points. And 4 temporary hit points.
Nice. Keep in mind you're also not raging, so you'd have to jump into your rage again when you get there.
Thank you. Alright, let's see. I don't ever have to do this. 14?
Yes.
No.
19 hit
19
points,
plus
4 temporary
four
hit
temporary.
points. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Kelvis, it is your turn, and you are alive, so you don't have to roll any saving throws. Do you want to stand up?
Yeah.
Alright. That's half your movement. You are still between the two of them. But you have the spellcaster on one side and you have the leader behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna go at the spellcaster. As a bonus action, I'd like to go into my rage. I'm very, very upset that he knocked me down with that nasty stuff.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him with my battle axe.
Right. Going into your rage does activate your aura, so you could use your aura still. You have Q is right next to you.
Yes, I'd like to activate that.
The first time it automatically happens. The second time you get
I
the
have to
choice.
say it.
The other ones you get the choice.
Okay, so I'm attacking with my battle axe. 19 to hit.
Which one did you hit? The
guy with the staff.
Yeah.
Magic guy. Okay. Oh, jeez. All right. 7 damage.
7 damage.
Damage is damage.
So this is the mantra of our channel.
Damage is damage.
And he still maintain control, concentration on that aura. Anything else you want to do? You have movement and that's it.
Yeah, no, I'm fine where I'm at. I mean, I'm not fine, but I want to move, but I don't want to move. I'm staying where I'm at.
Alright, the other bandit is going to make an attack against you, Dakar. Readying himself and letting go of his nose, feeling like he's got the nose thing under control. He swings his scimitar and misses with a 2 on the die. It's like he looks like a teenage boy who just got recruited and doesn't know what's going on. It's that scene in Kill Bill where it's the last person standing and it's the little teenager
Give a little tap on the butt.
just doesn't quite know how to do this. Yeah, that is his turn. It's gonna take us to Q.
So Q's gonna kind of just staying within range, go around to be on the other side of right there.
We have a conga line.
Yep. That's gonna be 19 to hit.
That will hit. So you get your sneak attack on this.
Yes.
Damage is damage.
13 damage.
13. As you kind of do your signature twirl around and then you kind of slash through, he feels that pain in his back and just as he kind of holds out, and you can see him almost falling, but he's still standing up, and he's still able to hold concentration.
All right, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and actually go behind that tent.
All right, so
The
that was
nearest
5,
one.
10. You want to go this way?
Yeah.
15, 20.
Right there.
Right, you still have 2 more if you need to.
No,
Right?
I'm good right there.
Good to go. Alright, at which point the leader is still there. It's going to take his attacks once again. All 3 are coming at you. Shoot first you with the scimitar. Not as good. 13?
Nope.
Alright. Second one. That'd be a 17.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's going to be 7 points of slashing reduced to 3.
Okay.
And then with the dagger, that is going to hit. And And that is 5 points reduced to 2.
Okay.
As he continues to well right into you.
Busy.
Alright, that's going to take us to the spellcaster again.
Yes.
I love how you're like, "Rah."
Like, I'm so close to my turn.
At which point you start running away, and he looks back at you, and he throws out a hand as you go towards the tent. Because he can still, he still has line of sight of you. Just a little bit. And he is going to attempt to hold person. So I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Nat 20.
Whoa! You feel your body seize for a moment, and then you kind of pull on the other side of the tent, and you feel like something broke the line of sight, and he just couldn't quite get a hold on you, and your body is your own. At which point, because he cast that, the aura dissipates, because I didn't see that was a concentration. My fault.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. You good. And then he is actually going to break away. 15, 20, 25, 30. And get some space.
Get him, but I want to attack him
Go
because
for
he
it.
ran away from me.
You can
and
try.
I don't appreciate that. Yeah, I can try it.
You're probably going to. He's not looking that great.
Nat 20.
Oh!
I'm not going to deny you rolling the dice, but he's going to die. So roll the dice, see how bad you do, and then you can describe it however you want. He only had 2 hit points on him, so
I'm gonna get it.
I want to see the dice anyway.
Alright. 5
You dead.
plus 4.
You still
9 plus 2. 11.
Times 2.
So not 11.
Oh,
So it's
9. 9 times 2.
9 times 2 plus 2.
Because it's a crit.
So it's 18 plus 2. 20.
20!
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, how do you want to kill him?
I'm really mad because he made me feel real bad.
Take his hands!
No. I want to go.
Barbarian with a conscience.
I want to hit his staff first because it caused a lot of problems. So I go at his staff and then I whip around and I'd like to go right into his neck.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, so he goes and it's like, you see him try to hold person to get an edge on the situation, sees that it failed, whimpers, you can smell the urine a little bit kind of creeping on the body, and he turns and goes to run, and you use the battle axe to trip the staff. He falls forward and you come right over the top and jam right into his neck. Yeah, he ain't talking anymore. He's out. Well, that was fun. Okay. The car.
I'm gonna continue my duel of fates with the bandit over there.
They're twirling the lightsabers, but they're not actually fighting.
Ooh, might hit 14.
That's gonna hit, yeah.
3 damage.
He takes it. It was an inconvenience.
It's the tag on his shirt that just bothers him all day.
You take 3 scratching damage. Not the bueno.
Yahweh!
Yahweh!
Pinche pendejo!
By the way, we speak in
Common and Spanish and Dwarfish. I'm gonna use a bonus action to
Oh, I thought you were gonna say disengage, but no.
reach down to my pouch and cast Magic Stone, and that's my turn.
Alright. Countess.
Alright, I am going to turn myself around so I can face this head bandit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit him with my battle axe, maybe.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean,
Ideally.
ideally. 15? To hit?
15 is exactly what you needed to hit.
Get him!
7 damage.
As you smash into him, but he's able to deflect a little bit of it, and it kind of slits right into the side. Anything else you want to do? No. All right. The one against you, Dakar, is going to try one last time. Just leave me be. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yes.
Or, sorry, I lied. It's 15 to hit.
Yes, still.
Alrighty. He's making contact, people. Maximum damage. That's going to be 7 points of slashing damage. And then he's actually going to attempt to make a break. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Let me just take that opportunity to attack and
Cute.
miss.
As you notice, he goes beyond the building itself and passes out of your sight. That's going to be his turn. It's going to take us to Q.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if I go all the way up to the guy that Kelnis is fighting, that should be 30 feet.
Are you coming around this way?
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20. It would take 20 to get there.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And hit him.
I slap him.
Oh! 23.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the one I was using? This one.
I love
13.
this. Sorry, I love that the minis just has spells going in the air.
13 damage.
13 damage.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
What'd you roll for the hit?
23.
Yeah.
Use my bonus action to disengage because I got 20 to get there, right?
Yeah.
So 10 back. Right there.
You're right in front of the tent. Alrighty. Anything else? No?
No.
His turn. At which point he's going to maneuver onto the rock statue, the little stone steps, and he's going to make his attacks against you again, Cal. First two, not at advantage anymore. This is going to be with the scimitar, that is a miss. Second with the scimitar, that is also a miss. With the dagger, that's going to be a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
That will hit for the weakest amount of damage he has. That is 6 points of slashing damage reduced to 3.
Okay.
It's going to take us back to Dakar.
I'm gonna move the direction the guy ran away from me from.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20 would get you there.
Yeah. Do I see him?
Coming that way,
Yeah.
make a perception check for me.
12.
You see that there's nobody over here.
Okay. What's the object like in front of me?
So this is another stone building. This is where that smoke was coming out.
Okay. I'll move up next to the building then.
So here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And...
Yeah, you would be able to see him.
Oh, I can see him now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How much movement do I have left?
That was 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. No, that's 30.
30?
30 to get there.
You know what? Why not? I'm gonna send a guiding bolt his way.
Oh, God.
What is that?
Dex save rate? Or is it attack?
It's an attack. It's an attack.
Oh, that attack.
21 to hit.
Ooh.
For funsies, describe it.
So roll a 4d6, and I'm just gonna see him like, oh, there you are, and just ha-ha! Shove both his way.
So,
Don't tell me he had 1 hit point too.
he had 8 hit points on him.
Okay.
So yeah,
Wait, did I do enough? Yes, I did. I was like, I could roll the whole ones.
Countess, you're a little preoccupied at the moment, but Q, you kind of look over and you see Dakar running around the corner, kind of searching, and then he looks over to the side, and then his hands just glow with this that iridescent blue light that you saw in the pit, and you remember, oh, I remember when it burned a hole through the bars, and then it just shoots into the house, and you hear, ha! What you don't see is the bolt goes straight through the body of the person, and he just kind of looks down, and then falls as he stares at the open, gaping wound that was his stomach. And he's down. It's a bit much. I just want to say that. But you know, do what you gotta do.
That's my turn.
Countess!
I'm gonna try and wail on this guy with my battle axe again, the head bandit.
Go for it.
We'll see. 13 to
13, unfortunately, is a miss.
hit? Okay.
Staying there?
Yeah. I'm not done with him.
All right, Q.
That I know of.
I mean, Q's gonna go up on the other side of him.
10, 15, 20. We get you there.
That's as far as she can go?
That's 20.
Okay.
Do you want to go further?
Nah.
Okay.
We'll stay there. 17 to hit?
Yep.
$16 damage.
Ooh.
And then disengage and 10 feet back. Straight back. Right there.
10 back. You can see him kind of huffing a little bit, looking around, gauging the situation, and seeing nobody fighting with him anymore.
You should have taken the samples!
He's gonna try one more round. This is gonna be at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's first one, scimitar. Miss. Second one, scimitar. 13.
So close!
So close.
It's like, you can do it!
It's like actually hitting you, but your scales have worn away the fine edge of the blade. It's just not quite getting in. The dagger. And then at which point he's gonna drop to the ground and he's like, "Mercy! Mercy!" And he's gonna set down his weapons. That's gonna take us to Dakar.
I'm gonna rub and bonk him on the head.
5, 10, 15, 20.
15 to hit.
15, yeah, actually, it wouldn't have been, but he put his weapons down, so yeah. 15 will hit.
8 damage.
You don't implode his head. But you do hear the crack, and you adjusted his upper spinal column.
Like,
There it is. He gains 7 hit points. No. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Calmus.
I am going to grab him so he can't move.
Yeah, he's not fighting it. Sorry, you get a hold of him. At which point, this is going to be the end of the encounter. But you're free to do what you want.
That's it. I just want to hold on to him so we can question him.
Q's gonna run. No.
Very well could.
She's done it before.
Take the head.
Everyone okay?
Yeah. All right. Hurry up.
I mean, alive. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That was nasty.
You're welcome.
That was real nasty.
Like, damn, man, we just... What was
What's the
that all about?
problem?
We thought that y'all were trying to take our business.
What business?
You were the one who literally is trying to take our business.
Well, no, y'all don't know who we are?
No, and we asked nicely.
So you're not trying to take over our trade?
We don't
What
know what your
trade?
trade is.
At which point, he stops talking.
Oh,
Search the tents. Hold him here.
I got him.
Right. So he's searching the tents.
I'm gonna go and search.
So you're holding him. Go ahead and do an investigation check.
4.
There, besides, clothing, basic goods, nothing in the tents that seem more than just they slept here.
Search some of the buildings.
Can I investigate the one with smoke coming out the top?
Yeah. So going into that area, it looks as if it was a forge at some point. The forge itself, the main stove, still is there, and it is lit, but not to the point of where there's like hot molten rock inside. It's just acting almost like a stove.
While you're going up there, I'm going to go up to this guy and pull out one of my daggers and hold it to his, like, right underneath his chin and say, "What is this? What are you trading?"
Do an intimidation check.
I can't hold a straight face, so I'm, like, giggling the whole time.
We got you. We got you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give you my rope. I need you to bind him. I'm going to ask the questions.
Okay. But you have to hold him because I'm not strong enough to hold him and
I will
tie him.
hold him.
Okay, so I go and
tie
I
him up.
do, like, a really intricate Navy knot.
Wow. Because when were you in the Navy? When did you see the sea?
But like,
In
The land navy.
Land
Navy.
Yeah.
Land navy.
tie his
Navy.
hands to his feet. Like, I don't want him to get up and run.
Hog tie?
I want to take out my wand of magic detection, and just to see if anything's like glowy in the area.
There are some glowy things in the area, actually. So, on his personage, there is a light reflecting from, like, outside of it, like, through the edges of his shirt. He has something on his person. It is actually emanating a glow. Let's make sure I get this right. It would be an orangish sort of color with like an orange yellow.
Do we all see it or just...
It lights up.
Okay.
He sees
Okay.
it.
So I immediately, like, grab it.
Pull it. He is wearing an amulet, and the amulet itself has a deep metallic blue gem in it that looks almost like an eyeball is staring.
Okay.
So you take that off, pull it away. Right. It
We
glows
were
for
gonna
a little
do
bit
this.
and then it fades away.
How
far is the range on that?
Where's the spell at? I think it's 30 feet.
30 feet.
Yes. Spell penetrates most barriers.
They're coming over from the building where the spellcaster is coming from. It's not as bright, but there is a slight glow of various colors that kind of shimmer for a little bit and then they die away. But nothing as strong as what he was wearing.
Go get him.
Yeah, I'll head towards those shimmers and check it out.
Going into that building, it is set up with many alchemical supplies. It looks like a giant science experiment is going on. And there is in the broken wall heading out towards the pond, there is a trough that extends down into the water. On the table, there are different shaped chunks of orangish brown rock that litter the table, and you can see different vials of different colors.
Are they like science experiment vials, or are they like topped off? Like,
So, I mean, some are topped off, some are contained individual containers that have smaller bits of stone inside the liquid. Others are open.
okay. I'll collect some of those.
Right, so you're just taking...
Okay.
Mark down that you have a random assortment of vials and liquids.
It's distilled water, purified water.
Vinegar. Vanilla extract. You fought off a brigand of bakers.
So I'm going to, he's all tied up real good. I'm going to go in front and ask him, who do you work for? Is he silent?
Just kind of nods his head.
Poke him in the back with a dagger.
Do you bear a mark?
Got tattoos everywhere. Why?
Next question.
Do you want to be marked? Never been with a scale before, but...
I poke him harder.
Ah!
Not where I was going.
Look, you're the ones who came into our territory.
Innocently.
We were passing through.
Looking for someone. You attacked us after we were trying to be really nice.
You could have just told us who you were.
You could have told us.
Doesn't matter.
We're not in the business of telling people who we are.
What
Neither
business
are
you
we.
in?
Well, we're not coming to your place.
This isn't your place.
Well, it is now. Finders keepers.
You know, you're right. This amulet's really nice. All those like things
Potions
that
are real nice.
are real nice. Anything else we find is real nice.
I like your weapons.
You're gonna kill me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, we try
We didn't
not
want
to do
to.
that. It's a little unnecessary. Unless
Fun.
you make it so.
But unnecessary.
We're in the business of helping people.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, what business are you in? I got some intimidation if I need to throw that at you.
It's real poignant. It's real poignant there.
We can do this nicely or not. It's fine.
I'll allow you to make an intimidation roll off of your prowess and your stature, even though you haven't really said or done anything intimidating. But go
Because
ahead.
I don't want to start off at 90 miles an hour.
I just hit the video.
I
Yeah,
Sorry about
still
that.
good.
18.
I found the phone book in there. Would that help?
A phone book? Really though? So at which point Descartes would come by and tell you about the things that you found. The rocks you are familiar with. These are make sure I get these right. These are retinal rocks,
Hang on, I can't.
which are typically found. They come from the Zaget, and they're typically found within the iris.
Okay. Ah.
Excuse me.
How'd you get these? How'd you get these rocks?
Look, they were given to us.
By who?
We didn't steal them. They were given to us by a contact in the Zaget.
Oh, who's your contact?
Look,
I poke him.
Either you're gonna kill me or they're gonna kill me. So
Or
Why?
you could hang out with us for a little bit and help us out, and then it's win-win-win-win-win. They don't kill you, we don't kill you. Do I need to throw intimidation on you too?
I love how throwing intimidation is like the new throwing shade. Throwing intimidation. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that. And we're on a break. We're not on a
I scared
break.
you so bad.
This was too funny.
I know what.
Kelvis intimidated the channel. Okay. Honestly, they didn't give us a name. It's just one of your kind. They look like you.
More details though.
They look like you, but they're not as bright. They're not as shiny.
Are you colorblind?
No.
What color?
Well, goldish, brownish, yellowish.
Which is it?
I don't know. That's the color thing. It's not like we look at you in the daylight. Look, we're not a legitimate business.
Ooh, tell me more.
What do you want me to tell you?
Everything.
Look, we go to the Zaget every now and then. They meet us there. They drop things off. We give them things. They take things. We trade, and then we come here.
And what do you do here?
Well, we lie low and we work on it. I mean, the rock is...
Work on what?
Would you like to drink one of these potions?
One of the potions. Not in particular, just because I don't know what they're gonna do. But like I'll make you a deal. You
making us a deal?
You let me go. You can keep everything. You keep it all. It's all yours right now anyway. I know what the situation I'm in. But I will write down who we give this to, and that's your business, what you want to do with it. but I get to take some of it with me.
Where are you going?
So let me just process this.
This deal.
You're saying we can have it all, but only if you get some of it?
Well, yeah.
And you're
I'm gonna give you some time.
You could just tell us the name.
I mean, honestly, it's not going to do anything. These are just rocks. You can't do anything with them.
No.
That's why I want to know. What are they for?
They're for making you feel alive.
Okay.
Where all have these rocks? Who all have you traded these rocks with? These potions? What kind of people? It's okay. It's okay.
All right, look. We take the rocks. Jarvis over there would do stuff with them, but he ain't gonna be doing anything with them anymore based on what y'all just did to him.
Oops.
Who's Jarvis?
He looks over at the guy who's still holding it.
My bad.
Yeah.
If we talk to him, would he have more answers?
You can try talking to him, but I think she just slit his throat.
I killed him. Yeah.
I'm still gonna go over there and do spare the dying on him.
Is this really a good idea?
He is dead. There's no sparing. He's dead.
I can still do spare the dying.
You can try.
You go and you cast it, but it doesn't do anything. He is dead. You can't spare the dead. You spare the dying.
Dying. It's like an active process.
Well, I didn't know how dead he was.
Dead.
Past tense. Dead.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's dead.
So those vials make you feel alive. I'm just thinking about some other places we've been that have had.
Chrysalin. We deal in Chrysalin.
You deal in or with?
They make
You've never had Chrysalin?
No.
Oh.
Who is your boss? Who is in charge of you?
No one's in charge of me.
You're just like some lowly person who does this on their own and like gathers all of these
I wouldn't
things.
say lowly. I mean, I have a reputation.
Sir, you are hogtied with a dagger in your back.
I've had better reputation before this.
So let's talk about that reputation. Like a name. Surely you have a name we've heard of you. If you have some reputation.
Like if we were to go to the Zaget and like verify your
My name's
story.
Maurice.
Okay.
Look, I didn't name myself that. My mom named me that.
It's fine.
You can always change your name.
It's fine. We're dwelling on things
Some
that
of us
don't
aren't
need to be
ashamed
dwelled
of who
on.
we are.
Oh
No.
my goodness. Okay.
You create your own self.
Oh gosh.
But me and the boys here, we've run a racket where like I said, we get stones from the Zaget, we bring him here. Jarvis does his thing that I don't even understand. He just showed us, and he makes Chrysalin. We give the Chrysalin to people who pay good money for it, and that gets us through.
Like
Lots of people we travel with, families are on the road, they're individuals in different towns.
Like what town?
All towns. We travel. It's not like we live somewhere.
I realize that. Name some of the towns you've been to or interacted with.
Recently?
I'm not picky. All of the above.
I mean, we've got people in Kalakesh. We got people that you go up into the deep winding ways. There was a mayor in Lakota. There was different hamlets right outside the wall. We have some of the guards in the guardhouse. I mean, lots of people.
You'll have an extensive network.
Well, maybe you haven't had the drugs, so you don't understand how it works.
Who is your contact in the Zaget? That's all I really care about.
We don't know their name.
Well, it sounds like a really like
There's no more
lazy
situation.
operation.
Like it could fall apart at any moment.
It has already fallen apart. This is look at this.
All over some wine.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't care about the wine. We just wanted y'all to leave.
Well, we would have.
Yeah. Look where that got you. I hope you learned your lesson.
So are you gonna kill me? You gonna let me go? What's happening?
You know what? I haven't really decided.
Either.
I think she's gonna kill you.
I'd love some more information.
You know what? I don't think he has the information. Sounds like he's pretty low on the totem pole.
It does. He doesn't even know the context name in the Zagat, and they go there all the time.
I know.
Surely they would have exchanged names.
He's pretty much just like the gatherer.
Exactly. And not even like no names in the guardhouse. No
Dude,
names
if you know
in
something,
Calacash.
tell her.
I know.
Like, she likes to fillet people starting at the feet.
Or the neck.
Or, I mean,
Speaking of Lakota,
the feet.
The feet.
Kind of just shakes his head and puts his head down. There's not much more that he can give you.
You know what? I haven't decided what to do with him. I say we, what do you think?
I think we should knock him over in the dirt. Let's.
Bury him in the dirt.
Well, no, just knock him over. Face
Oh.
first.
Way to go to the dark face cube.
He's hogtied. He can't go anywhere. And let's talk about this. What are we gonna do?
Okay.
We've got all these rocks.
I think we should destroy the rocks.
Okay. And it's a goldish, yellowish, brownish.
Dragonborn who looks like all the other Dragonborns.
Because we all look exactly alike.
You said it, not me.
That's what you implied.
I did.
Okay. Does he, she?
I mean, y'all's voices kind of sound the same. Y'all have a huskier voice. Y'all talk in...
Tail, no tail.
Has a tail.
Ah. Okay.
Don't y'all all have tails?
Sure. Any other information we can think of?
Nope.
So what, I'm just gonna sit here?
No, I hit him with the dagger in the back.
Ah, there's-
And then I hit him again.
Are you trying to kill him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You've been poking this guy for...
It's like a little poke now.
Okay, so yeah, you
I'm done.
jab the dagger right in, and he slumps as he takes a while to die, but he does die.
Alright.
You can spare the dying if you want to.
I can.
Because he is dying.
Are you sure we don't need to talk to him anymore?
I'm done.
Keep tapping him.
I mean,
sure,
is it-
sure.
Is that not the ultimate form of torture?
Resuscitate.
Bring it
So
back.
is the DNR.
Bring it back and kill him again. Oh yeah, I'll check for tags.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Alright. No, anybody who deals in those rocks is no good. So I say we hunker down, rest, and
Destroy the stuff.
yeah. Destroy the
Whoa,
stuff.
let's not be too hasty about that.
Nope, it's bad news.
What if we give it to the guards at the guardhouse?
It's still bad news.
It'll give more time for Calacash.
So you're saying use it as bribery, like we
Yeah,
would
we
use
can't.
the wine.
If Carl's not here, we can't use the note to try and delay time. So
Well, they're also like, I mean, it was outside of Corinth. Like we had to get to Corinth and like sort of outside of Corinth.
Right,
By Carl.
we could keep looking around the area for Carl. I see where you're going though. Hold on to the stuff as bribery.
I don't like it, but it seems I'm outvoted here.
I'm not going to use it. I only enjoy organic stuff. But like I
Smart.
said, it seems like it can make us some coin or get us some favor with the guards.
Could. I still don't like it, but I am outvoted, so. Okay.
It can also be evidence for you with your people.
Mm-hmm. Let's hold on to it.
Okay. I don't want to hold it.
You have the bag.
I'm gonna put that crate in the back of the wagon.
So searching the area, there's about 10 crates, like full-on large industrial style crates that are full of this rock.
That's a lot of rock to carry.
How many will fit
It
in the
is,
back-
and if
How many
this
will
is
fit in the
like
back of the wagon?
like an underground organization, it's probably not safe to be carrying all this around.
Openly.
You could probably get 4 into the wagon, but that would be 4 taking up the whole space in the back. So one of you would have to walk. And it's going to slow you down with how fast one horse can pull the entire cart.
Mm-hmm.
Say let's take 2 and destroy the rest.
I was gonna say 1, so yeah, that sounds fine.
I still don't like it, but okay.
So you're putting some crates. How are you putting in there?
You want to destroy it now or later?
So 2 crates go in the back, and you'll put them there. What are y'all doing with the remaining crates?
How can we destroy it?
I'm not sure. Fire?
I'll produce flame
Oh, I was thinking.
and
But
hold out one of the crates till it catches fire.
The crate itself catches fire,
Mm-hmm.
and after a few minutes of it kind of burning away and the wood gets weaker, the stone pushes and breaks the burning wood and falls down, and the stone is glowing a heavy red.
I don't know how to destroy it.
Do
Do you know, Kelnis?
I don't know how to destroy it, do I?
To destroy rock,
Yeah.
I mean,
You hit it? With
Well,
your...
it's just smaller pieces.
Well...
I mean,
you
happy
know
to
that it's a
use-
natural formation. This
Yeah, I was
is
gonna say
natural rock.
the rock itself. I don't think is dangerous. It's how it's
Okay.
used.
Alright. Well then...
But I still don't feel comfortable just leaving it all here for somebody else to pick up.
If we bury it.
Can we
Throw it?
put it at the bottom of the pond?
Pond.
Let's do it. I like that.
Okay.
And go and take it all and just...
So you start pulling. You grab a big handful of them and you start walking into the pond. As you approach and get to the kind of dock that's built out, that amulet you have begins to swirl with blue energy, and this liquid form like pulls out of the amulet and builds up the shape of a person,
Oh,
and quickly turns around as it materializes into a human male covered in like green, almost moss and paint, like almost like you made like a ghillie suit out of things, just covered in dirt, and you can see that the teeth themselves have kind of been chiseled away a little bit on the canines to make them even more prominent as fangs. Hair very short and just matted in dirt. And he kind of stops. He's like, no. Whatever you do, not put any more of that into the pond.
okay.
What's happening?
Cue your magic.
You're the magic one. Help us out.
Look, I thank you for taking care of them. They were a big nuisance, and they've really, really messed up everything here. I'm going to need that, by the way. At which point, the amulet itself turns into water, and you see it appear around his neck. It's like, sorry.
Are you
What
Carl?
are you?
Where? What?
Are you Carl?
How do you know me?
Don't stare.
So, everybody look away.
What the hell are y'all...
Are you Carl?
Look, just... Yes.
It's
My name's-
great to meet you. What happened? Why? Were you in the amulet?
Yeah, I stay there if something bad happens. It's easier to hide when people can't see you, and so I went in there. But that was impressive what y'all did. Yeah, I mean, I could probably take on a couple of them, but all of them wasn't gonna happen. So I've been in there for a while.
And then they put you as the amulet on?
Well, he wore it, but
Did he know you were in there?
I don't think so. They weren't that intelligent.
Picked up a necklace and was like, I like this.
I mean, it's a pretty necklace.
It is
You,
pretty.
you did
I
a good
wanted
job.
No.
Sorry, I'm just processing all of this here. So, okay, Carl, hello. We were sent here.
By Tonks.
Yes.
You know Tonks.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap.
Also know Jago.
Jago didn't know Carl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Maybe Carl knew him.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Kelnis.
Okay, there are so many things that we need to talk about.
Don't stare.
But first of
Can
all,
you just, before we talk, can y'all put those away from the pond?
Sure.
yes.
Away from the pond.
As we're like moving them away, it's like, so what's happening with all of this with these?
Why is it bad in the water? We have so many questions.
Hold on. First off, why are you here? I mean, I heard how that went last time. Y'all just killed people instead, and I'm grateful for that.
Well, it was
But
their fault.
why are you here? Why does Tonks want you?
Okay.
We need a forger.
Hold on. Oh. Of course, that's why he's gonna want me.
Well, no,
I don't
it's
feel
us.
that
We
he wants you so
we
much
need
as
you.
we want you.
So we kind
He
of
doesn't call. He doesn't talk. He doesn't send messages. Sounds like Tonks.
it does.
All right.
Good old Tonks.
Well, I mean, I don't know him that well.
Yeah,
Good
hang
old
on.
Tonks.
Hang on.
He begins to walk towards the
Ooh.
center. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna go sit down.
Hey, well, this has been.
Was it granted that amulet?
We're all alone.
It's actually pretty spacious.
Are you magic?
Well, clearly you are, so yeah, I think I'm in good company here. I know my way around some magics.
That's really impressive. I've seen a lot of things, but I've never seen anybody put themselves inside of an amulet.
Oh,
so
you haven't seen shit.
I know. Well, I don't know.
But, we'll talk about it a little bit. First off, why do you need a forger?
Well,
My name's Kelnis. This is Hugh. This is Dakar. We just came from Kalakesh.
there was a big
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 to-do.
attack,
Big to do.
and we kind of fill him in on everything, and the person that was carrying the message and how we need to buy Kalakesh more time. And in order to do that, we have to reseal that letter and have it sent back.
I mean, it's doable.
We were told you were the best.
I mean, yeah, I can do it. I have the materials here. What do I get?
Well, we did save you from the
Right,
other
from being
people
stuck in
that
your
weren't
amulet
here.
forever.
Well, it's really not a punishment for me. The amulet keeps me safe.
Well, I guess that's true.
Yeah, but you can't move about and do what you.
But I
I'd like
eventually was
to.
going to make a break for it. It's just I couldn't do it right here.
We saved you some time.
And we're keeping the pond safe.
Yes, thank you for telling us the error of our ways.
Can you tell us more about these rocks and why the pond's a bad idea and why you're the only one here in Corinth? And I don't know, other questions? You have a lot of questions.
Mother's maiden
Do you
name,
know
social
any-
security number.
Do you know anything about their business? You hung around that guy's neck. I'm sure you heard something.
He was telling you the truth. They're known as they call themselves the Brigand Kings, but
Not very kingly.
they're not really kingly at all. No, they've been working on manufacturing some synthetics from that rock. But they've only recently came in town. It's been about a month. So they're not from here. But they came in, one day I was walking around, saw that the group was coming, immediately went to my amulet, but usually I hide it a little bit better.
Alright.
Problem is whatever they have that they're experimenting with is going into the lake. And that's
Not
causing
good
some
for
problems.
everybody else
Got it.
that uses
Well,
the lake.
There's not that many people who use the lake, but it's...
Bad for the environment.
Yeah, I mean, we can
The
do that.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
Is that what
We can
destroyed
go
the
with that? You
town?
want to be more specific?
Is that what destroyed the town?
Mhm.
No.
Were you here when that happened?
Yeah, I was here when that happened. I've been hiding myself out in different places. I mean, people don't look into their houses when they feel like it's their house. They don't need to search. So I plant my amulet places and kind of bunker down. Saves on rent. Allows me access to information, and of course, I don't get caught for being a heathen.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Well, those damn sisters came down from the north. Apparently word got out that there was a mage in the south, and somehow I got tracked. I'm not sure why they would be looking for me, but they came down, convicted, or something about the rite of cleansing. They staked those damn stars into the front and then lit the place on fire.
The sisters did that.
Yeah, the sisters did that.
They called it that.
The rite of cleansing?
Well, were there any other survivors?
A few that fled immediately. They didn't seem like they were there to kill anybody. It's like they just punished the town by destroying the town. People fled all different directions. I was in my amulet, so I thought I would at least wait it out. I mean, they couldn't do anything against it.
That's smart.
Did they find you? Or find your amulet?
No.
That's good. And then these guys came in.
Well, not immediately after. It's been a while. But I stayed here, figured that no one's going to come and look for me in a place where they couldn't find me at all. So, camped here, stayed, minded my own business, and then these guys came in.
Well,
Is
Carl.
there any information, any extra information he had? Or anything you've heard that might be helpful in terms of contacts at the Zagat?
At the Zagat, I've never been to the Zagat, but
Hearing their conversations.
not much. I think they might have just come from there. Yeah. They're more talking about going north and heading towards the guardhouse.
You are a very pleasant person, Carl. I don't know why everybody was telling us to be careful when we met you.
What do you mean, be careful? Who told you to be careful
Not
around
be
me?
careful. We were told not to stare, but you're a very pleasant person.
Fucking hate Tonks.
Yeah, it was Tonks. Did you guys have like a falling out or something, or what happened?
He would call it falling out.
What would you call it?
I would call it an abandonment. And what do you do when someone says they're going to be there for you for the rest of your life and then they take off?
Abandonment. That's too bad. I'm sorry, Carl. So is it just you here all the time? By yourself? Nobody else you...
To keep you company.
Yeah.
Company's overrated. I like being by myself.
Not too long ago, I thought the same thing. I found these two guys.
Well, pretty cool.
Did it change your mind, or are you feeling like...
It's an ongoing process.
Mhm.
I decide day to day.
I was gonna say, it depends on what's going on.
Well, Carl, do you think you can help us with this, the seal?
Again, I'm still wondering why I need to put my neck on the line for Day's affairs.
Well, it's not so much the dais as it is Kalakesh.
I just don't understand the difference.
Well, the Malasaran has my mother, and the sooner the rest of the island figures out what happened in Kalakesh, the sooner the military will be down there. I need to buy them more time so I can keep her safe.
I get that. But that does not concern me.
Well, and why? Who's gonna think you're involved?
Nobody. That's how I survive, is nobody knows that I am here or alive.
Right.
The fact that Tonk sent someone to come and find me forces my hand.
I mean, you can do it or you can not do it, but who's to say it was you that did it? We're not gonna say who it was.
How can I trust your word? I don't even know who you are.
Don't know who you are either.
I've told you more about myself than you've told about me.
What else?
About you?
What else do you want to know?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you cast openly?
Sometimes. When the need arises.
And how do people treat you whenever they see you cast?
I mean, I don't know if you saw it earlier, turn that one guy into a wiffle ball.
What about people who are alive? Has everybody in your life been fine with you casting? It's just a joyous miracle of life?
I've learned ways around it, but I have met people who have encouraged it and wanted to foster it.
And has anybody ever come and destroyed everything that you have because they think you're going to be an evil menace?
To an extent, yes.
Go on. Yeah!
Someone's having a fiesta. There have been people in my life that have wanted me out of the way for one reason or another.
But that's cool.
And I've learned I am who I am, and there are certain people I can trust with and certain people I can't.
And how many people have left you because of what you are?
Well, there's maybe one. If not more. It's hard to tell.
I got you, Dakar.
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 19.
I'll do it under one condition.
What's your condition?
When you do finally make it back to Kalakesh, you need to tell Tonks that I'm coming for him.
Alright.
In a good way or in a bad way?
It's not our business. It's not our business.
And he turns and begins to walk towards the pond.
Do you need the note and the seal?
I think he just needs a moment.
Oh,
Maybe break. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty heavy.
okay, my bad.
Yeah, you know, let's just set up camp for a little bit. Just
Rest a little
yeah.
bit.
So you all set up camp?
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
check on Timothy.
Oh yeah, this person witnessed the slaughtering.
He know.
You maneuver him into the camp and you get your card in. While you're resting, is there anything you're doing for the remainder of the day?
I'm gonna say no. That's it. I'm gonna get hearing Carl talk about like being alone. Q realizes she hasn't been alone for like a few days. So she's gonna go into one of the tents by herself and like just create like a little space for
Okay.
her and Felix.
Giannis?
I'm gonna give Carl his space and just rest. There's not anything I'm.
So the rest of the day, you just kind of just take it down, relax. Dakar?
I'm gonna make some good berries. Cook up some goodies too, and find a nice quiet place to practice wild shaping, just to see what I can do, like what I can change it to.
You make your way over and sit on the dock. What are you gonna wild shape into?
Sitting out on the dock by the water, I'm gonna try and turn into a frog.
You take a moment and you kind of focus on the position of your limbs and thinking about how a frog would feel and move, and find yourself shrinking down, and you are in that seated position, kind of looking up at a ever larger world than what your usual perspective is.
I did it! I'm gonna take like the biggest leap just into the pond.
You jump and splash right into the pond, and this immediate coolness wafts over your body, and the murkiness that would be harder to see for most creatures kind of peels away, and you can see this vision of moving grass and undergrowth, fish that kind of scatter in different directions at the sudden impact of the pond. And then I need you to roll a perception check.
With my frog stats?
Yep.
Well, no, I think that may not change.
With your wild shape, it does, because you're not Circle of the Moon.
Oh, okay. Perception is... there it is. 16.
As you kind of swim and maneuver around a little bit, there are these shining orbs of light that are further at the very bottom of the pond. And you look down and you see the floating body of Carl, as you can see almost this overlapping air bubble around his body as he's busy working, and you see this magical iridescence kind of float in front of him. And then there's this deeper shadow in front of him that kind of moves. It looks frog-like in the face, but the body itself kind of mirrors into the water, and you can't quite tell when the body is there and when it's not.
Is it in the bubble with him?
It's not in the bubble.
Okay.
And you see them just kind of staring at each other as this energy is pulling in front of it.
Word butt.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kick my little froggy legs and try to swim closer.
As you get further up, you see the large figure head just kind of whip and turn to you, and then it fizzles out of existence and it disperses into the water. Carl kind of turns his head and looks at you, and then begins swimming towards the surface.
I'm gonna swim towards the surface too.
Right. You make your break to the surface as he's pulling himself out onto the dock. Looks over at the frog.
As I'm hopping up on the bank.
He helps and picks you up.
Aww.
I know.
You weren't supposed to see that.
Ribbit?
You're not the first druid I've ever met. Come on, let's talk.
Ribbit?
What are you doing?
I am concentrating on unwild shaping. Because I've never done that before.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for you. As you immediately dispel out and your body takes over to yourself, and you feel that need for air.
Oh, that was refreshing.
Is there a reason why you're stalking me and looking into my affairs?
I wasn't stalking you. I was practicing wild shaping since I just recently found out I could do it. So, seeing the water here, I just decided to see if I could go for a swim. I didn't even know you were down there. But the shininess looked cool, so I just wanted to get a closer look.
What exactly did you see?
I saw there was some like orbs glowing.
That's all.
Yeah, I mean these frog eyes. It's like
Roll a deception check.
it's still getting used to it. 22.
You had mentioned earlier that somebody left you. Are you mad at that person?
Not really. I don't get mad at a lot of people though, but it's, things happen and I don't know why they happen, but, I just keep on keeping on.
They mustn't have been that close to you then.
Well, I'm assuming they cared about me and, I cared for them. But, sometimes things are out of your hands. Like right now, my father, who I care about, is in the hands of someone else north of the wall, where I know I can't get to him if I needed to. Like, you have to have trust in people sometimes.
But this person that left you, you just have trust in them?
Well, yeah, because and if I ever meet them again, it may be a good reason why. Like, I know you can care about anybody. Like, the people I'm traveling with, they're not family, but they feel like family. My family's not my family, but they're my family.
He kind of sits down and puts his feet in the water. When I was a boy, my family lived in a small cottage a little ways east of here, on the fair banks of this pond. We were a cobbling family. My dad would take us into town regularly to do business with the locals and trade, help out with the fishing. We weren't a rich family. We weren't well known. But we had respect as contributors to society. There was another family who... Have you ever had somebody who they're not related by blood, but they just seem to understand you more by action?
I'm slowly finding that in my life. Like, how young were you when your parents took you out?
What do you mean when they took me out? We were outside all the time.
Well, I mean around other people.
Always been allowed to go outside with other people. Why would you?
Well, my mom was always afraid of my magic because I really didn't know how to control those areas. So it was a long time before, I really got to meet other people.
That's harsh.
I mean, I had my birds and my tree.
You see, you were unfortunate to have magic your entire life. I procured it. Everybody has the innate ability to cast spells. It's just some aren't aware of how to get those forces going, and some are resistant. I was allowed to live a free life growing up, so I met this family of half-orcs.
Was Tonks one of them?
There was a young boy named Tonks. I spent most of my childhood with this family. In fact, we were friends from a very young age. We grew up. We grew very close. Tongs would tell me that I didn't belong in my family, that I didn't act like them. He'd always say that I'm a half-orc, like him. And even though I wasn't given that lineage, it's how I always felt.
That's cool, man.
I felt tough. I felt built in a manner that demanded respect. I didn't earn it because my father had it. There's something about their family that just built courage. One day, my dad came down to the pond. We were playing and swimming, and I'd fallen asleep on Tonks' side. My dad was furious. I remember him pulling me away and telling me, You're my son. What are people gonna think? You're acting like such a fool." And I remember how hard it hurt when he hit me on my cheek. And I didn't know what he meant. Was he mad because I was trying to be more like Tonks? Or was he mad because I fell asleep with Tonks? Tonks' family was forced out of town because they didn't have the reputation that my dad did. The two of us decided to run away together, and we actually grew up in our own little band of misfits, kind of like these ridiculous king's brigands. That's where I learned how to forge. We bounced around and met with people we probably shouldn't have been with at a young age. I came back eventually after Tonks had left me. Thought that maybe I could patch things up with my family, and came to my house, opened the door. My family forgot about me. I had spent so much time away, and in that time I had decided to take on the appearance of a half-orc. They looked at me and didn't even recognize me. They chased me out as if I was a thief. Since then, I've lived on the outskirts of this town, just watching the people that I grew up with who don't even know it's me. Family is not always something you can trust. And that was even before I had magic. Your friend had asked if I was here alone. Clearly, you know I'm not alone.
Well, yeah, you got us.
You're cute. I procured my powers from an individual that I found wounded on the banks of the pond. I know you saw. However, he's not quite ready or strong enough to leave this bond. Which is why I've stayed so long. I'll finish your documents, I'll give them to you, and then you all need to leave. If you come back to Corinth, I can't guarantee your safety.
You think some more of the king's people will be here?
No, but I'll be here. And I don't have the final say in whether you are allowed. Especially since you saw him. Do you understand me?
I think so.
Stay out of the pond.
No more frogging around.
And you see how as he steps back into the water and begins to submerge underneath. And that's where we're going to end today's session. Thank you very much for sticking with us. Once again, thank you for this, our first Twitch stream. We know that it's us testing out things and working on the parameters of how things work, but I had a blast.
I loved it.
That was amazing.
And I'm excited to do this. So we'll be putting out information of when our streams are going. They're going every Sunday, so join us Sunday starting at noon. We'll be putting our live feeds up. If you ever miss an episode, they are on our YouTube channel, Night School RPG, and don't forget to check us out on all our social media. And until then, class dismissed.
Woo. Woo.
I want to hug you so bad. That was so good.
I've been face banked to by my mom.
Is the fade over? Or is that the fade over?
No, I'm doing it right now.
Woo!
Is that your noise to fill noise?
Yeah.
We are fucking awesome.